Okay, hello and welcome. I am starting my broadcast for today. It might be that I'm like that there are technical difficulties or shit happens, because apparently I had to reset my whole PC. So my whole setup is a bit cursed. Because I hadn't time to fix my UBS. So, for example, we have not that many red pictures today. We have only this one, but it's the most handsome man you will ever see. So I think it will be okay for every viewer. Besides the handsome red on your screen, we have MIAU facing down ASTRUM ESPORTS. I would say it's a really, really interesting matchup. Let me check account. If account is RNA or EOV, please. 1 second. Because my League of Legends says, not my League of Legends, my OP.GG says wrong. So we have on the one team, MIAU has challenger players in EA. So MIAU is crazy stacked. NA challenger players, right now currently challenger players in AD carry and mid position. Playing also, like, I would say, the AD carry Yoshi, maybe not so much, but like at least. Yoshi's also playing the. Oh no, it's not mid lane, it's top lane actually. But she plays like she's a Nivea one trick, so probably you see a Nivea ban on top lane, but let's see what she is. She will be prepared, has played some Kale, some Ambessa, Yona, Yasu in solo queues, so we maybe see something crazy on top lane. AD carry has played like most AD carries that are meta and Nila. I actually don't see mages in the match history, so we have to see if they're we are already in draft. Never mind. Forgot what I'm saying. I'm completely behind the pace. It's fine. It is fine. Now I'm the red need to, well, my text needs to go. My red needs to go. Honestly, we can just go here. But then you see, yeah, but this we don't need. Maybe I have to remove them anyways. Yeah, that's nice. You shouldn't see that, but it's not like I'm leaking anything. So yes. I'm sorry. Today's not my best day, but whatever. Who cares, right? Now I have to make it a bit more quiet, even though the music is fire as shit. We're going into the pick and ban phase. Ban's already over. We see the Anivia banned. As I've said, there's an Anivia one trick. We see also Nafiri, Zoe, and Luke's banned against Astrum, and Evelyn and Ambessa are locking in against MIAU. We see Lucian first pick. I like it. Astrum ESPORTS, there's nothing I wanna say a bit ballsy. Not a classic first pick in the game one that we see, but I think picking Lucian is a big statement, especially against Challenger AD carries, so I really like it. On the side of MIAU, now Oriana Nocturne secured. Oriana, a champion that we have seen in like the tier 1s, like I have seen it in Brazil a lot, And as playoffs, it was early picked in the game 1. He's now picked, compared with a Nocturne, even stronger. On the other side, we have an Ari. Ari, obviously a champion that can avoid a bit the strength of Ori Nocturne, at least in the early mid game, because she can just ult away theoretically. But it's still hard to ult the Nocturne Ori combination, but technically it would be possible. Let's see what else they pick. Theoretically, they could like to go completely classic. They could pick Vi here. Another option would be to already secure support that is really good with the Lucian, but maybe you want to counter pick. Deciding for Pantheon here. Pantheon could be support, could be jungle. As a jungler, it pairs really well with the Ahri. On support lane, it would also kind of pair good with Lucian, but it depends more on opposing matchup than anything else here. Zeri is now picked for Yoshi. I think she seems to be very professional on this champion. So definitely nothing we would have not expected, I would say. We go in the next ban phase. We see Milio ban, we see Lulu ban, two supports that synergize with their AD carries a lot. Let's see what the next ban for MIAU is here. There's still a lot open, top lane and support are like the things that are still like available. At least for MIAU, I know that they don't have a main top laner, like a main role top laner, so that's probably why we don't see another support top lane ban, but instead a support ban, the Yumi here. Another very great pairing with the Zeri. They're looking into Seraphine. Seraphine, I'm not the hugest fan, but definitely it's okay with the Zeri, and also it's like good with Nocturne Oriana, you know? But on the other side, you know, you could pick Braum here. Braum is a counter to Seraphine in a teamfight sense, because you obviously can block the ultimate. But in a lane sense, it gives the Seraphine a lot of prio. Because, like, yeah, in all lanes, you're probably stronger with the Braum passive, but, like, in lane and trading, I'm not sure. You will probably get a bit out-bullied and out-lane push, because Seraphine obviously can also push the lane. Nonetheless, we decide for Braum here. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I think it also is good with Pantheon together, you know, also with Adi. In the Camille top lane, maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, could be. I mean, theoretically, you know, they could theoretically still flex Pantheon and Camille, but Camille Jungle we haven't seen in a long time. But I have seen it on some tier lists recently, so. Let's see. A Yon pick, definitely something that the top laner of MIAU has practiced. I have looked in the solo queue, and she played this champion, so interesting how it will face against the Camille. It's a matchup we usually don't see in normal competitive, so I'm not too familiar with it. Since I'm also not a top laner, I'm a jungler, so I'm clueless. We don't have sound. I mean, we have, but it's so quiet. I mean, it's fine. Maybe it will get louder, else I will figure it out or something. Besides that, the draft is finished. I think MIAU has some clearly scaling tools like an Oriana and Zeri, even Million to a certain degree that like go giga late. On the other side, we have more like champions that scale pass by really hard into the mid game, like Lucian, like Ari, like Pantheon. I'm not saying that those champions cannot play late game anymore. That's not true. But definitely, like from the scaling department, the late game is a bit more on MIAU's side. I think though it doesn't need to matter though, because like we're on a skill bracket where we have to wait 3 minutes, by the way, for everyone that is watching. We have to wait 3 more minutes, so yeah. I think one thing about like you know, if you go like even tier 2, this already happens. At least in LATAM you often see it. LATAM tier 2, like LAN, LAS, you often see that even though like some comms may be like easier to play in late game or scale better, in the end you can still make mistakes, and the comp that ASTRUM has drafted here is very good at punishing mistakes. We have like a lot of upfront burst damage from champions like Lucian, Ari, Camille, Pantheon even. We have a lot of like really quick CC, like Adi Charm, Pantheon, W, even Braum passive, like with Lucian compared, is like really quick. So there's a lot of potential there. On the other side, I think the tools obviously in late game team fights are bigger, you know. You have a big shockwave for Oriana that can be paired with Nocturne, for example. You have Zeri that can like, you know, if there's an AoE hit it, then Zeri ult uses, you know, her auto text bouncing, a lot of AoE, Seraphine, a lot of AoE, even Yona has a lot of AoE. So I would say team fighting in the late game, definitely probably more easy for MIAU. But again, you know, it comes off a lot of to execution. I hope that ASTRUM esports they can show something with their picks that they have already in early mid game, because I think this would be the easiest win condition, you know, getting like some pieces like Ali Lucian, you know, really rolling would be really, really beneficial for them. On the other side, I think MIAU's biggest win con is just getting into the team fights. Elo wise, again, Elo wise, I have only spoken a bit about MIAU. MIAU has two challenger players. One is considerably off-roll though, maybe. So at least slightly nerfed, but their AD carry and their top laner, they are both challenger in NA. While ASTRUM, they are not weak either. You know, they have two players, you know, that are Grandmaster in LAN. Though I have come to the suspicion only a suspicion that maybe LAN high elo is not as valuable as an A high elo, but I'm not entirely sure about it. I have no statistics on that. I'm just thinking that it might be the case. Regardless of that, I think ASTRUM Esports they already have set up a really strong team. They have their first match was against Contingent Protea, and they won 2-1 against them. And the Protea team, they're also like master. I mean, this actually I take everything back. I was hearing that it was a really strong matchup, but now I think some people have grinded on Astrum Esports because I think last time I checked, they weren't like Nati and Nati and Shadow, they weren't Grandmaster. I think they have gained together like 600 LP in a week or something, bro. They're logged in. Holy shit! Holy shit! Astro Eastward. I was not familiar with your game. I like to see that. Obviously those tournaments are always a big reason for players to grind. I mean, the idea from Doctor East, not from Doctor. Sorry, completely wrong half of the double continent. The idea from Blue Otter is obviously to revive the scene in a bit. And I think Astrum Esports, with like two of their players already gaining like, wait, let me check. Um, what is with, I'm not sure who's playing, by the way. It might be they have stand-ins and stuff. It could be that some stand-ins are playing too. I just want to check something. Yeah, it's nothing much has changed. How much had changed for the MIAU team? I mean, they're still challenger, relatively close. And the others are master, also relatively close. I mean, one of them, the Kimi, she has gained also like 400 LP. And importantly, this is like something that this tournament obviously aims to, and to a certain degree also Latam, they had no real female team tournament that is like big. So, like especially in A, they had nothing. So, Blue Otter attempts here with this tournament, also having a lot of money involved and stuff, to revive the scene in a bit. It is not helped by Riot either. Riot had approved this tournament because obviously that was I have heard rumors that maybe you don't need Riot approved tournaments anymore, but I mean, back when this tournament was started, they still needed an approval from Riot Games, but they're not funded or anything by Riot Games. So it's all in the hands of Blue Otter. And I mean, if I see those Astrum players, gaining like just 600 LP, both hitting Grandmaster, um, definitely I would say already improving our world a bit. By giving those people a chance to shine. We have to wait, obviously, we have spectator delay, and that we have to, you know, survive. Besides that, I hope you all have a great time. It is a great honor, to be having this event, to be part of it. I'm not sure, like, because I have to wait. I will just yap about random stuff. I'm not sure if I will cover the future again. Of this tournament. Because I think like my main appeal of co-streaming this event is because, or like let's say it for me, the main reason why I'm co-streaming in the first place, is just because there was no one doing it. The reason why I started co-streaming, especially like Latam in English, is just no one was doing it. So I was like in English at least, So I said, yeah, might as well just try. The same reason why I try to co-stream the Brazilian Tier 2 League, I know the people that have for Latam, I have official rights. For the Brazilian Tier 2, I'm just balling it, until they say I should stop. Because like there's else it would be no English coverage. I'm not sure if other people are co-streaming this match because on the Discord it seemed like no. But in the future there will be like if the open qualifier is over next week, they will have official streams. And tomorrow I think there will be only 2 matches. So there will definitely be co-streamers for that, like 100%. Um, because there are a lot of people. I think like I at least know by like 6 people, but it seems like I'm really the only one that like maybe I'm not the only one co-streaming it, but I'm the only one that I can see. So yeah, GG. But I think tomorrow I might not stream just because someone else will do. And I at heart I'm a fan of esport, not a content creator. So that being said, we have to wait a bit more. My yapping is the thing is why it might take longer here is they're not drafting in game, but they're using a website to draft because like in game you cannot have fearless. So you have to have a website to have fearless draft. But it's honestly kind of crazy, by the way, how Riot has done that. But it also means that they have to go in game, draft again, make their runes and stuff. And then we have the spectator delay. And sometimes, usually doing draft, there could be something happening like, I don't know, just messing up your runes or picking wrong champ, banning wrong champ. It can happen. Obviously, it shouldn't be, but it is just what it is. With that, we have to obviously wait a bit longer, but it's okay. We will survive. We will survive. I maybe should make a Twitter post, honestly. I mean, I can, right? I just wait. Give me a second. It's not like that many people would care, but maybe it gives the whole thing more visibility. Um, but I'm a bit stupid right now. Where's my stream link? Yeah. No, here. Hmm. So we copy this. And then I'm sure. Oh, I have Steam open too. That's a bit unfortunate. We should have posted it. So we like this post, we quote this post, and then I'm not sure if they have if any one of them has Twitter. It seems not like it. Okay, my post is mega whack, but it's what it is. Now, with that being said, we're in the game. ASTRUM esports against MIAU. I would say definitely ASTRUM esports is in LATAM. I know ASTRUM esports is LATAM. They have LATAM players. I think MIAU NA. I think MIAU is also one of the stronger teams. They have 2 NA challenger players. So definitely a very, very scary opponent. On the other side, ASTRUM. 2 of their players have actually hit Grandmaster in like just a week. Combined against 600 LP. So they're definitely locked in. And I'm hyped to see it here. Again, if you want to look at the draft here, it's important to matter that like I think MIAU they have better scaling champions and they have also like a better late game team fight just because they have like a lot of AoE, a lot of CC in general, that are like AoE damage too, But on the other side we have ASM esports, they have a bit more of an they have a bit more of an early game, mid game comp. They have a lot of peak comps that's champions as well. But also means, even though I said they should lose late game, they have always the chance of bouncing back just because they At the end of the day, they are like the two teams that wait, I can wait, let me just this needs to go here. Okay, we're figuring things out while I speak. We have early game, nothing too crazy is happening. So might as well just I'm not hating the overlay they're using here, but honestly I'm hating the overlay that they're using here. And I have prepared this, so might as well just again, I had to reset my PC, so everything is a bit scuffed right now. Mm, but from my oh, from my the volume is a bit too low. Yeah, I was thinking already that this might be an issue, but I have to see how I can fix that honestly, because it is just mean. Yeah, I have to fix some things. Sorry, I had to reset my PC, and now everything is as. And now we have to I have to do it again. Boom. Okay, this is already working. So the thing is, my Twitch is already maximum volume. But this thing is not maximum volume at all. Okay, now you should at least have something. If it is still too quiet, then just tell me, and I should be able to fix it. And with that, we're seeing the game again in the early game. There's nothing too crazy happening. We see a lot faster jungle clear from the Nocturne here. Ice Diet Coke is doing a great job in the jungle on the Nocturne, but it's also something we would expect on top lane, though we see a 1v1 and the challenger player. Oh no, I wanted to see it's a 1-for-1. Ay caramba. I just wanted to say in ASTRUM eSports they set up the challenger player on top lane. Then crazy 1v1. The Yona, she gets the shield, but in the end it's not enough. It's a 1-for-1. Obviously first blood secured here for Yona is a bit more worth than not, but maybe on the other side we see immediately again action here on the mid lane department. Nice charm combination. This is exactly what I mean earlier, but I said the Panther Ari is just so easy to play. Not like necessarily easy, but like, you know, your win condition is so easy. The Oriana, you know, basically the moment Panfin is coming out of Fog of War and the casting W, you're already cooked. You know what you're gonna do? Even if she would flash like immediately, the Panfin E would still stun you, and then the Ari charm would still hit you, you know? So there's basically no window to flash it either. So a really strong play here from ASTRUM. And this makes it obviously a bit more interesting. Like what we are seeing so far. As we see, a slight deficit here for the bot lane. Again, Braum is considered a counter pick to Seraphine, but not in lane, you know? In like, you know, in the later stages of the game, in team fights, yes, you know, your wall is like really good against the Seraphine ultimate because you can actually cancel a Seraphine ultimate, but you're not in a late game team fight yet. You're in a lane 2v2 and you're fucking Braum with melee against Seraphine AoE, you know, and range. Really hard. Now we see top lane here. Kirby is doing a lot of great job. Yoda ultimate is here used to escape, but not really getting far. They have to tower dive now. But they can't. They can't really. Nice attempt though. I think if Camille is like also hitting level 6 here already a second earlier, you know, this would be devastating, but it isn't. It hasn't happened. With that being said, the Nocturne is now invading too. Something, you know, I think if the gank works out on top lane, it's really good for Kirby, but Kirby is like, she's wasting too much time here. This is honestly a bit devastating from Kirby, because now it's like really hard, you know? Like the Nocturne has so much CS ahead, can reset now, can theoretically do his own stuff, while Panfin is like, you know, you're a bit homeless on Kirby's side, you know, you have to walk and try to maybe gank again, maybe invade, but all of those things can, again, just go wrong again, and they're falling further behind. So I think, especially in the jungle department, we would see a big lead already forming. Obviously, right now, Kirby can find a camp. I think Eyesight Coke on the Nocturne could have defended that one, but decided not to. It's always a bit of a flip, you know. Maybe you go there and the Panfin is not invading, and then you're, you know, just wasted your time walking. Maybe Panfin is invading, you know, and then you can contest. But then you're also playing into Ahri Nocturne, Ahri Pantheon with like Ahri Ultimate, you know? It's like, I don't know. Without Nocturne Ultimate, it's still a bit tough to play that. Besides that, we see also a roam now. Theoretically, was put from... Oh, now we see top lane. Ultimate here is used from Nocturne. You usually say the first Nocturne ultimate is the most important one, and Camille here completely isolated. There's no one that can help her, and she is down. In the end, Kirby is also ulting in, but far too late here. The top lane are already dead. Maybe Kirby actually gets something in return because I dived too deeply, but in the end, the Pantheon ultimate was kinda too much here. Also, Kirby loses flash, right? It reminds me a bit of, I'm not sure if you have seen LCK games, but T1, they're like, you know, having new jungle. And there was also the one situation where Faker was ulting with Galio out, and the Pantheon was ulting in, you know. A bit similar here, just this time, you know, God of Darius already in the mud, you know, already gray screened, and Pantheon ulti was casted. It's a bit unfortunate. With that being said, you know, MIAU, they're also now their first lead here in this series, 1k on the clock. You see here the gold lead, especially high on top lane. On jungle, it's actually not that high, even though the CS difference is so big, but also bot lane is like, you know, already having a good time here. Yoshi on Zeri, a champion she's like, at least in solo queue is known for. And she's playing in Challenger, so probably really good on this champion. But that doesn't matter, you know? Game is still on. I hope they can activate the Ahri more. I think this is like the biggest win condition, I think, that ASTRUM have here. I think the Ahri was like, in all the situations they kinda lost, you know, the Ahri was not involved. Oh, now we see on top lane here, the Yon doing a lot here. Oh, Hextech Ultimatum is casted. Actually, Camille got a lot of damage there in the end, but it doesn't matter. Yon already has boots, so he's kind of Exodia point. And Camille now flashless and dead. But I would assume this top lane matchup probably is now like becoming like really unplayable. Because like we already have seen this fight. It was like some, like, you know, in the end Camille still did a lot of damage, but it was already heavily Yon favored, you know. And I think like with more goals and more lane control going into the Yon, I think this top lane could be very, very rough. Yon is obviously a champion and always stays vulnerable, you know. You're going like the full, you know, you're not building tank. Oh my god. Guys, okay, it's a bit anticlimactic, but I have to close Steam. I'm losing it. I'm sorry, we have missed a fight here. Another engage found from MIAU. They find the first kills. ASTRUM with a Pantheon ultimate. They try to fight back, but Tsuki already out in the mud. Could not survive for now. And with that, you know, MIAU, they're slowly but surely taking this game into their own hands. And I'm still waiting for ASTRUM, you know, to activate their Ahri a bit more. She's like really, really strong right now. Also has first item already secured. And Oriana, yes, she has flash, I get it, you know, but you already found her once with flash still up. So would like a bit more proactiveness around mid lane here. Kirby is like right now always running, you know, she's always running where Ice Tide Coke already won, you know, and then she's too late anyways, and it doesn't matter. So I would just hope that she can find a nice mid play here on her own timer. Does not need to feel pressured by Nocturne, I think. But let's see. Again, we see the gold hits here. Again, on bot lane, the gold hit is really, really rough. It's getting quite out of hand. With Zeri now having also a kill. I'm not sure how to bounce back there. Obviously, the Zeri will get a shutdown at one point. But it's really hard, yeah. Let's see. The players of ASTRUM, they are securing around mid lane. So maybe they can find Arena. And this is the open qualifier. And whoever wins this series, it's the best of 3, will qualify to the main stage. Whoever loses is not out yet, though, as far as I'm aware. They have another chance tomorrow. And after tomorrow, all teams are set. Right now we have ASTRUM Esports on the blue side against MIAU on the right side. I think MIAU is obviously, not obviously, but seems to be one of the best teams in the open qualifier, one of the better ones, you know. ASTRUM also looking not that weak here. It must be said that MIAU has 2 challenger players. Right now, challenger players. ASTRUM though, they are no slouches either. 2 of their players, they have reached Grandmaster in the last week only, gaining over 600 LP combined. It's kind of crazy, so not that bad. So far though, it looks a bit grim here for ASTRUM, that they still have the tools to bounce back. Again, I want to highlight the Ari here as one of the core pieces that I think ASTRUM should activate to make their game come into fruition. It's like upper bracket finals. It is exactly the upper bracket finals, yes. There are other games right now happening too. But I cannot tell you who, but there are 3 other games happening as well. All are co-streamed by someone. So we see mid lane now. Finally, the Ari is going in here. Immediately the response though from MIAU is there, but it doesn't matter. First kill is here secured. Importantly, nice wall from Tsuki here. Blocking the whole Seraphine ultimate down. Mary is going forward, but maybe this is enough. No, it is not. Oh my god, and Mary gets another one and they dive and take another one. Yes, they're losing Braum, but only to the support. ASTRUM Esports, they're bouncing back into this game. Finally playing with the Ari, even though Ari kind of got, she goes forward, misses her with against Giga Bones on. But Lucian Braum here, as well as for the Pantheon, doing a lot of work in this fight. And finding a lot of success here. With that, the gold lead is still in MIAU's favor, though. Oh, nice shockwave here used from the Oriana. Ari losing a lot of HP. She's not dead. Has not to flash, Oriana in this stage of the game doesn't really have the damage. But with the priority secured on mid and bot lane, the dragon is kind of free. This is the second dragon for MIAU. It is not it is whatever, honestly. It's only a second dragon, you can survive this situation. But it's definitely, it puts more and more pressure onto us from esports. The dragons on their own, they are not that good, Having a singular ocean dragon, a singular hextech dragon is not the end of the world here for ASTRUM. But it puts more pressure on you because you don't want to lose the soul. Also now, getting multiple mountain dragons is kind of annoying, for the other team. So you probably want to avoid it. I think it's interesting that the Camille still is a winning game state. I mean, yes, right now Tsuki is covering her, but considering that Costream might not notice, now she knows. And now she might be getting dove anyways. Seraphine is obviously there to contest this, but this is something ASTRUM knows, and with that they are just abandoning this play. Harald is there too, so they could try to fight around it. Try to get this objective, this neutral objective. But so far nothing major is happening. They're actually doing it. With that, seeing both topside objectives, Grabs and Harald seems to be, maybe not actually. MIAU, they're in a position where they could theoretically contest, but it doesn't seem like it. So both, theoretically maybe, both topside objectives will go into the hands of ASTRUM, by both topside objectives were going into the hands of MIAU. And dragons are, in my opinion, always something that you get. Dragons are passive objective, you get just more regeneration, you get more attack speed and abilities. Though it's not really that big, you know? Those individual modifiers are like really weak. So on the other side, Astrum, they don't get anything for free. They have to use it, you know? They have an objective now that theoretically can give them a lot of gold with the Harald in their pocket. And theoretically, they could like use this to gather a lot of gold and get an advantage. Also grabs, you know, a bit similar, you know? If you don't attack the turret multiple times, then it is not possible. Now the Yone is fighting back here. Goes hard on the Lucian. Now flashes out, but the Brom passive already there. And if that Camille will be strong enough to take this kill in the end. We see MIAU there already going into the bot side again. Dragon is not there yet anytime soon, but Kirby has to drop some more camps here. No, never mind, they're fighting, and it's crazy, the Ahri damage. Ahri also avoids the Seraphine ultimate, and with that, theoretically, on the weak side, ASTRUM esports, they just find anything here. Shockwave now missed, Flash is invested, but in the end, it is a 1-for-0 on the weak side here, in a theoretically situation where there are 4 members of this MIAU roster in the bot side, or like around the bot side, Jungle. While ASTRUM esports, they only have Panther and Ahri, but it is enough. I'm not sure if I like this Harald usage here, you know, because it's very early. I mean, yes, they will get a turret, but they won't get more with it. So I'm not sure if I like this Harald usage completely. Might be a misclick for Sweeper. I'm not sure. I mean, in the end, the gold lead now is basically that even again. So ASTRUM esports, they were behind. Now they're back a bit slightly. Really, it's like, you know, I can count it at my fingers, you know. It is like that small, but nonetheless, elite is elite. And both teams, they know the next neutral objective is a dragon in 1 minute, and they probably want to play around it. I would really like to see items right now. But we can't see the items right now. So we have to live with the fact that we don't know items, we only know gold. And if you look at the gold stat, I only see like, everyone is basically even. Okay, we see like 2 items for both AD carries, 1 items for everyone else. So it's a very equal fight, nothing too major is happening here yet. Objective spawning in 30 seconds. ASTRUM esports, so far they have the position. But obviously you could lose the position. Let's see how they manage to hold it. Looking now here a bit deeper, but this lets the AD carry alone. Pink's already going out, but Mary is just dashing forward. Zero fear here. Again, it is ASTRUM esports. They know that their whole team is not there, but they're anyways going into the fight, and it works out. MIAU, they try to match ASTRUM on all over the map, you know. But in the end, it is like the quick trigger finger here of Mary dashing forward, blowing the ultimate that maybe will be enough to secure this dragon here, because like Nocturne has to reset, has no ultimate, no flash either, so really nice play here from the side of ASTRUM. I'm really positively surprised, you know, honestly, on how they, with what confidence they play, honestly. They know, yeah, our team is completely split, you know, we have so many members bot lane, it's like only Lucian, Bromi in mid lane, and Neri just says, yeah, so what? I just start blasting, and shoots Nocturne here back into the hospital of the fountain. Didn't die, God bless, but got gravely injured. What am I even saying? Also, a very interesting thing is like sideline pressure of the Camille. I really was like, when the Yone was like so strong in the early game, you know, got so fat. I really was thinking, wow, this Yone will probably just run it over. But so far it doesn't look too great. Or like, Nocturne, Yone is not really finding the lead that I would have assumed Yone can find in this game. A testament maybe to the champion pool of Costream, because she's in a Nivea 1-trick in solo queue. She's challenger, so she's definitely a really good player. But she's a challenger mid lane Oriana OTP. So top lane is not her most comfort role, I would assume. Nivea is obviously banned, and I don't think she will be not banned for a singular game here either. Oh, we see a teleport. But this teleport here, the Braum shield already used, but now Tsuki is alone in the dark here. But never mind. Can get away, and Camille gets with the teleport away. On this position, honestly, kind of crazy. Also, top turret here secured. Gold lead still stays even. Both team can find really anything right now. Obviously, Nash is alive, and both teams know that. Both teams also have like enough DPS to threaten a Nash, even that early. So if they get like 1-2 kills, you know, maybe only one, maybe only two, it could be enough for them to start the Nash here and rush it. So we see a lot of vision placed around it, a lot of attention around it. Because, yeah, there's just a lot of things happening. As you see now, bot lane turret will be secured by Camille. Having 2 items now as well. And generally seeing the 2 item spikes coming in for everyone. Nocturne is a bit behind, honestly, kind of funny. Considering how camp behind Kirby, especially in the early was. But she bounced back in the end. Mostly over fights, I would say. You also see now in mid lane there's a really huge gap forming. The Ahri already having 2 items and a Seeker's Arm Guard, but Orianna is still sitting on 1. It won't be forever, like the window will be closing soon, but there right now is a really huge lead in the mid lane department. So that is really good, I would say. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, I can see. MIAU, they're like grouping a bit here in mid lane. They have the Orianna on the side lane. She can farm on the turret against the Ahri, it's okay. But we see the rest of MIAU is like grouped up. I think grouping up is like really... it's like something they should do. It's like something they should do, because like realistically speaking, you know, they have so much AoE and AoE CC that they definitely want to play together. Especially considering how good the champions of ASTRUM are in the pick style of comp. So they're staying relatively close here on MIAU's side. But we see ASTRUM, you know, they're always looking for something. They're slipping in, looking for a catch here. They have really good vision on bot side already. In 1 minute, a dragon is spawning, so they will definitely make use of this vision. In the future, probably. At least if it's only like slowing MIAU down from re-accessing the space. So let's see. There will be probably something really bloody happening in like the next 40 seconds, so be prepared, don't leave. Things are going out. Let's see. It seems like it will be a 5v5. I would argue that in a 5v5, maybe MIAU is just a bit favored. I mean, depends, honestly, you know. I think ASTRUM, they have the tools to win. But they really have to be quick on killing someone, and Tsuki has to play, like, really, really good. Shockwave already used Seraphine ultimate, again blocked! Tsuki having a fantastic game, and with that Nocturne already goes in, is immediately down. Yone tries to bounce back here, gets at least 1 kill. Kusi is now on the retreat though, and we see the Zeri is also doing a lot of damage here. With that, the fight is so far 1-for-1. But there are potentially more people dying now. Camille is going in, has to flash out. Pantheon ults on the Yone here. Yone is basically cut between and cannot get away. Kirby secures it, and with that ASTRUM eSport, they're just getting more out of it. And it's again, it looks in the beginning, it looks like oh. You know, when the I'm not sure who got caught, but someone got caught in front of Tsuki, so Tsuki could maybe not even bring the wall up, you know, because she was already stunned, you know. I think because like Seraphine has like the Rylas crystal thing, and with that double E is stunning you. So theoretically, if the Seraphine is immediately ulting onto the double stun, bro, ASTRUM, they're hooked. But she does not find it, you know, she is not finding it. So it gives ASTRUM the position, you know, it gives, even though it looked really tough for a short second, to bounce back into this fight and in the end win it. I think also the Nocturne, you know, Nocturne is a bit like Vi, you know, in those type of games. Like, he is really scary and shit, and I agree with that. But like you have champions like Zeri, like Yone, like Oriana, like Seraphine. Yeah, I mean those champions can kind of play like you. But if you're going 1 meter too deep, those champions cannot follow you, and then you're like standing there in like in a comp with like 4 damage dealers, and you're like it's like buenas noches. You're just lights out. It's dark, and you're cooked. And with that, ASTRUM Esports, they are having a 2k gold lead here. Looking really strong. Also, a next mountain dragon secured. Again, a singular dragon, who cares? But if you are stacking multiple of the same kind, those effects are stacking really good. Will make ASTRUM significantly more tanky and harder to kill. But also gives them the opportunity to play more aggressively and looking for harder catches and stuff. Be not as afraid of a Nocturne ultimate and stuff. Like, a lot of really good things are happening here. And now we see the Camille damage is insane, but Kusi is fighting back. I cannot tell you who's winning. Hextech Ultimatum is now used. Your own ultimate is missed crucially, but it's still not over. The shield bow is doing God's work here, and with that, it is a 1-for-1. It is not for 1-for-1, it's a 1v1 where no one dies, but it looks really tough. And now we see MIAU there on the chase here. I don't think Kirby can survive this. Theoretically, Ari is near. Hits her charm here, but I think overstepping there's still a mistake. Shockwave only hits one because Ari is in a stopwatch. Ults now away, gets away for now too. And teleport from the Camille is used too. They could look for more here. Camille is going in. No Hextech Ultimatum from her though. So pretty hard. Ari is also no considerable position to fight. And theoretically, Jung could always teleport. Now he is teleporting. And ASTRUM Esports, after stepping too deep once, they're immediately stepping too deep again. The question is just how much will they lose for this? They have still a turret here. So diving is really hard. Oh, nice. I said Ko gets charmed and immediately put down to rest. And with that, it is not as bad as it could have been, honestly. I think in general, the Nocturne here, having a kind of rough game. And again, I think like playing Nocturne in comps like this is not really easy, because you're just so volatile. But with that being said, ASTRUM Esports, they're also going on the better Nasha here. You see, there is theoretically vision in it, and they know it, but with Nocturne not being alive, there is no smite pressure. So, objective will be secured, even though the smite wasn't clean. I saw like 7 HP. But with that, ASTRUM Esports, they're now in a very comfortable position. But they also have to use it, The gold lead is not that big yet. So, it will be important how they use it. Importantly enough, also Yoshi here, the Challenger AD carry for MIAU, has like 4 items now, so pretty scary. Delusion also pretty scary too. Is soon to finish Last Whisper. Last Whisper already finished, obviously. But, not finished the LDR yet, but I think it will be fine in the end. Now we see the top lane 1v1 again. It is so close for both, but Shieldbow is run out without tanking anything. This might be the Hextech Ultimatum, and with one more Q, Girl of Darius is securing a 1v1 finally. And we have to say, this Camille was blind picked, by the way. It is a blind pick Camille. The Yon was the answer to it. And while it looked a bit rough in the early game, Camille is now finally in the game. It says hello and puts you into the grave. I mean, what is an A challenger to LAN Grandmaster, That's all I'm saying. Maybe I was wrong, Maybe Grandmaster in Latam North is like better than challenger in NA. So, with that being said here, ASTRUM, they have theoretically the better position to immediately do the dragon. But it is only a 3rd dragon, so it's like, it's not giga important to get it. So using your Nash first is definitely something that I would always advertise for. First turret is now secured. And the bot lane turret will probably be falling soon after. 2 turrets already secured. Now you could start thinking, okay, do we want to push deeper or do we want to go dragon? I think you could still look for going deeper, but it's definitely like, the closer you come to the enemy nexus, the harder it gets. Because like MIAU, they can like really group. They group tight and just make themselves, unattackable to a certain degree. Still in the mid lane turret, loses like a good chunk of HP still. But I think with that, ASTRUM is for now canceling their push and starting to do the Dragon. The Nash also runs out in 40 seconds, so I don't think they will get another shot at pushing. Nonetheless, they have gathered substantially increased their gold lead here with the Nash. I think by 2k. It's not like crazy, but it's definitely okay. Definitely good, let's say it like this. With that, we see also Lucian now 4 items. Is basically even with the Zeri now. Both have a Vamp Scepter. They have 3 items on the Ari. She has already reset. Is still only half an item ahead of the Oriana, but still importantly. Right now it's not that important actually. I take that back because like Oriana has like the Seeker's Arm Guard still active, while Ari has the Zhonya's already bought, but theoretically, Oriana, you know, she has 1 Zhonya's next fight, you know, and then she probably can buy it anyway, so not too big of an advantage. We see an item lead in jungle. Pantheon here deciding to go a very aggressive build here with the Serpent's Fang. Definitely something I can see, you know, considering the amount of shielding that there is for the side of MIAU Gaming. Oh, now Mary needs to be careful. Ultimate of Nocturne is hitting, but it doesn't seem like Nocturne will die. Yes, Kirby and Brom. You know, Pants and Brom, they're losing a lot of HP. Yon goes in, crazy ultimate. This might be it. Everyone is dead in the floor. The Ari ult flashes away, but MIAU, they just find exactly what they needed, the catch. On an unsuspecting, too far forward playing Mary here. And I mean, again, you see how hard it is to play the Nocturne. Even you find the perfect Nocturne order, you know, the Lucian is not dying. But it doesn't matter here. It kind of looks like MIAU, they're just immediately pulling the trigger here, the potential ending angle. Pantheon and Lucian still like 20 seconds left. This could be more than enough time. There is no Nash though, so maybe possible. Hextech Ultimatum is now used. Oriana is 1 shot basically. Ari survives as well. Camille is doing so much in the backline. Yes, she will die, but in the end, all of MIAU's members are really low, so they're probably not possible to finish anymore. Have to reset. Still a really big bounce back, and just shows you how close this game is. Immediately puts MIAU back into the gold lead as well, because they got just farmed a lot of shutdowns, like big one from Lucian, for example. So yeah. Turns the game on its head. 11-11 the kill score. 2k gold lead now for the side of MIAU. It is nothing too major, though nonetheless. We see 3 Mountain Dragons, still not enough to make you tanky enough to survive a situation like this. But there's still a 4th one with a soul, so I think ASTRUM Esports, they still have it in their hands, you know. Nash is now also spawning in like 40 seconds, and we can see ASTRUM Esports, they're already first in the position. They like to scout here. Camille has teleport, so she could be quick to her rest of the team. ASTRUM also taking all the jungle camps. Really good, I like to see. Jungle camps are the backbone of working League of Legends team. But let's see, another engaged shockwave is near. Oh, it's run out. It hit no one with that Nocturne. Immediately get put into the GA. Probably will survive though, but only for now. Crazy. They flew too long. I think the Oriana ultimate hit 0 people. It could have been a 4-man ultimate, and I think then this game looks completely different. I think MIAU is at an edge here, maybe even on their way to finish this game. But the Oriana ultimate just a bit too early used. Secures no one in the end. And with that, another Nash goes into the pockets of Costream Esports. The rising stars of this open qualifier, I think at least, you know, considering how much LP they gained, you know. And like, you know, getting from Masters to Grandmasters, it's not like, you know, I could never. So I think it's crazy. Bro, I'm not even Master, I'm like Diamond noob. That's crazy. Nonetheless, next dragon is also spawning in 50 seconds, and it's like the soul here, so it will be really important for both teams. I mean, for MIAU it is not the soul, but for ASTRUM it would be the soul, so I would assume that it's really important for them. Also, you know, if you take this dragon now, then obviously, well, it would just be really good. Let's see. MIAU so far might seem like they have a better mid lane position. They also have a super minion. what makes definitely a bit easier to push here. I will be assuming that we see another Nocturne Oriana ultimate, and they're kind of looking for the side of ASTRUM to split a bit to use this combination again on one. But I think, like, just ulting, for example, an Ari is probably not working out. But Ari needs to be careful here. She needs to get to her team here, but has a whole wave on her ass. But seems like they're starting the dragon now. I think MIAU is noticing it. They're at least stepping far forward here. And now a crucial situation is collapsing. Nocturne ultimate already used. 3k on the dragon. They're ulting on the Ari though. It doesn't seem too good. The continuous question is now, who can the fight be executed here? First skill is falling, but there's immediately a 1-for-1. Mary is going to the side and she's surviving with 1 HP. Important enough here. And there's no ranged carry left for the side of MIAU. Only melee carries are left, and they get a big 1-by-1. First the Nocturne, then the Yon, and crucial that Yoshi is just dying that early, and I think they're just looking to an end here. They do not care about this soul anymore, because they have like at least 30 seconds death timer here. Why is Pantheon not coming? I mean, she has the ultimate, but she still has to walk far enough. I'm not sure. ASTRUM ESPORTS, I think they could just... not having Pantheon might be a bit risky. But it should be fine. 3 seconds for Oriana, but no shot. She can kill all the carries here. GGVP, ASTRUM ESPORTS! Just setting it up. Beating MIAU here in the first game. Really convincingly too, I wanna say. Yeah, like, crazy. Isn't it? Here we can see the stats. We have now a pause. I'm not sure how long. I think both teams technically have like 15 minutes, and you can see here damage graph. I think two things I want to highlight. I think Mary just played completely fearless, She had like completely fearless dashing in, always, playing on her HP, but like really crazy. Was interesting to see. I think on the other side, Yoshi also played like the AD carry of MIAU. Definitely played also really good, But she couldn't like, take the game over. That's a bit unfortunate. For her, at least. Another thing that I think is crazy is like how like the Yon got really fat in the early game, like not really fat, but he was really strong looking. And for me, it really looked like the Camille is like cooked. But then Girl of Darius, she just bounced back, no fear, in her mind. I mean, I can look. Probably, I have the real names of the players, or like the real, maybe not the real names, but at least the real tags that they use. Yeah, I think the top laner for. Wait. They've played with Girl of Darius, but Girl of Darius doesn't exist anymore. I mean, I'm sure she exists, but like, definitely probably has changed her name. Ah, it is Nemesis. Okay. Nemesis Jane on top lane. I think played really good against a challenger player, of all things. I think winning against challenger player is like really crazy, honestly. Did very well in the top lane. Yeah, besides that, I think like really good. Really good. Really good game. I'm hyped to see the next one. Again. I think especially Nati and Shyla, the AD carry in mid laner. I think like Nati played really good on the Ari, she was like the turning like in the early game, I think MIAU looked a bit scary, but then like the Ari was just so good, was really fine, really nice to see. Again, I want to highlight those two players too, because like they have grinded their asses off to achieve like, Grandmaster, both of them. But they were before only master, so I think it's really good. Good to see that they bounced so far from. I expected more from MIAU top lane. I understand, but on the other side, wait, I can just show you guys. Look, you will be completely. Oh, was this? Was das? Can she do this? I can do that. This is like top lane of. This is the top laner of MIAU. And she's challenger, and she's like, and obviously being challenger is kind of crazy, but she's not challenger by being a top laner. She's challenger by being Anivia OTP. So and while she obviously has played like top lane in the last days and stuff, I would, considering the game states here, like the different amount of games, I think probably she is like Costream is probably really nerfed without the Anivia. I think we can look champion mastery, maybe find something else, and even if you go champion mastery, there's nothing really crazy top lane. I mean, the Yon is already here with like on her top top 8 champion. No, top 16. Sorry, I cannot count. Top 16 champion is the Yon already with only 50k points, but it's not that old. So let's see. The Anivia, obviously, I don't think the Anivia will be open a single game, that would be completely careless. But considering there's like a 1 million Yasuo, the Rise top lane could be something you want to play. Maybe a Riven you could drop. I'm not sure. Riven is probably a champion we won't see though, actually. But like, at least the Yasuo is a champion that she's still playing a lot, and Rise too. So those are champions you maybe want to see here for the side of MIAU Gaming. I will take a short break here. Wait, give me a text. I will get a short break. I have to find just where's the text? Here's the text. We edit and then I press OK, and we already have text. This one. Okay. Then I just change it to pause. I will give you music too, because they're not really playing music here right now. I mean, obviously, if the music is bothering you, you can just mute it. But if else it would be too boring, then you have music now. And I'll be right back. With that, I want to announce my return. We have ASTRUM again on the left side. I have to... Just give me a second. I have to update the score. Ready? Okay. We see pick and ban phase. Again, Olivia ban. We see another Evident ban and another Vesa ban. On the other side, we see Luxeli Nafiri. I think it's same pick ban as before, but we have cooler music, so I will fix. Oh my god, is it loud. Ay, caramba. Oh, this song is such a banger. I mean, we already have Syndra first pick for ASTRUM. I think is a really good pick, especially because you can theoretically flex pick it as a competitive staple. On the other side, we see Victor Enza. Victor is a champion that we usually see against those, and a Yumi pick. Yumi is something we don't usually see, so... You know? Interesting. I'm not sure what I should think about this. I think, you know, Yumi is okay with champions like Zeri, but Zeri is already gone, you know? I cannot understand it because, like, Yoshi, the AD carry, was, like, crazy on MIAU last game, but already it looks a bit rough. Jarvan is now picked here as well with the Syndra. Again, we don't know yet if Syndra is bot or mid lane. But Jarvan is already really good against the champions like Victor's and is really good with Syndra. So maybe ASTRUM esports are just looking again into a position where they can just play aggressively, you know, play, you know, just crazy, run in and kill the enemy. Let's see what they're also securing. A Thresh pick. Thresh is a champion we don't usually see a lot, but I would argue that it's probably fine against Yumi. It's like, it gives you what you want offensively against Yumi. Like, it gives you tools to cancel her if she's getting out, for example. Or put the carry that Yumi is on into a bad position. But it also gets, like, the utility tools that you might need. Really cool first pick. On the other side, we see Tristana now. Picked here. Theoretically, you could flex Tristana and Victor, but I really think you want Yumi to be on the Tristana, so I'm not sure if that is actually possible to play Tristana mid lane and then Yumi just swaps target mid game. Nonetheless, we have we go into the second run phase. I think Tristana is technically a good champion, but let's see. Kali is now taken out. On the other side, we see more Jungle ban, I would assume. Diana is Hubbard here. Diana definitely not one of the best junglers. I think it goes a bit into the same category as Nocturne. It's a fast clearing jungler that engages you. So I could definitely see that is something that someone can play that also plays Nocturne a lot. Obviously, I'm not familiar with their complete champion pools and stuff. We see Renekton now taken out again. Renekton was already banned in the first game against the top laner. Nemesis Jane, fantastic first game, so can definitely understand why there's another ban going on her. Another Vi ban here. Vi is a bit again like Nocturne, like Diana. I mean, she's not that fast clearing though, but she's can also one of these champions that can just go too deep and then you're like giga bugged. So let's see. Wukong now Hubbard. Wukong I think is like in competitive, it would be my favorite answer into Xinjiao. They decide into Jarvan, they decide for Xinjiao now. I think Xinjiao can be really good here against champions like Syndra. I'm not a hugest fan of it, but I think like also against Caitlyn it's kinda okay. So it's actually okay. It's okay. I'm a Xinjiao hater, but I think this game is okay. Let's see. I'm gonna ask them decides here. It seems like they want to pick an AD carry against the Tristana and not Syndra. So they're deciding here for Caitlyn, Thresh, and Darius. Oh. I think the Nemesis Jane in-game name is something like the Darius girl or something, so... It is another blind pick top lane though. But it's, you know... I mean, there are some counters to Darius there, but I'm not sure if the top lane of MIAU can play something like the Garen, for example. It's pretty good. Hovering a Zahin here. I'm not sure how good Zahin is into Darius, but I'm sure that someone is... Oh, Riven. It's Riven! Holy shit! I have just... When we looked into the OP.GGs before I made pause and I said, yeah, this player is like, you know, it's like Offro as a mid laner, but she has like Mastery and Riven, but she hasn't played Riven in a long time. Surely we don't see a Riven here, but no matter MIAU is just dropping a bomb here with the Riven top lane against Dario. Obviously, I have absolutely zero clue how this matchup is going. But since we have to wait 3 minutes, I will first of all activate music, because music is nice, and second of all, check what solo queue is saying over this matchup. If there's maybe a clear winner. Because obviously, like, Riven Darius is not a matchup that you usually see in competitive. So I have, like, literally zero clue. Like, some top lane matchups, like, you know, I know a lot of Jace matchups because they're just getting played in competitive a lot. But apparently it's a Riven favored matchup. Ooh. I'm interesting to see, because I think, like, already last game, you know, Nemesis Jane, she struggled in early game, no? In early game, she got a bit rough, you know? In late game, she clearly cleared, you know? And I mean, she was also not that crazy gapped or anything, but it just looked a bit scary. Riven probably a champion that has more snowball potential. I want to actually check the Camille Jace matchup. Not Jace. Camille Yone matchup on top lane. I want to see what the win rate there says in, like, high elo. It's a Camille favored matchup. That is not good in the early minutes. So this is basically what we were promised happened. You know? Yeah. Let's see how this next game will end. Holy shit. A lot of ASTRUM fans in the chat. I hope you are happy with your team's performance. I think you can definitely be proud of today already. And I think ASTRUM ESPORTS are looking, like, fantastically so far. And I'm in good hopes, you know, for them. MIAU on the other side, I think too, you know. I think MIAU also good team. Even if they cannot bounce back into this series, because they basically only have, like, you know, they have to win the next 2 games. And as soon as they lose, they're out of it. But I still think they have a good chance at lower bracket, you know. So both teams definitely. They're having a bit more comfort right now. Even though MIAU is with the back to the wall, you know, they know, okay, yeah. But if we lose today, then we're just playing a weaker, presumably weaker team in the lower bracket, you know. So they can chill. So can ASTRUM ESPORTS, I would assume. On the other side, you obviously don't want, you know. If you can win to the upper bracket, you know, then you win for the upper bracket. I think the draft, again, is a bit hard to read, you know. There are a lot of champions that I'm not used to seeing competitive. You know, we have, like, Darius, a fresh, you know. So this is really good. Like, really good, because it's funny. We see also Riven Yumi, something we usually don't see. So this is like really, really fun. So yeah. It is a series again where I hope there will be a lot of fun. And a lot of crazy stuff happening, because I think there's definitely potential for it. But again, sadly, we have to wait. We have to wait a bit more. It is what it is. Again, I just want to, you know, I maybe just throw the bracket at you again, because why not, you know? We can just do that. We have to wait anyways. So the bracket, wait, but then I go here. Yeah, bracket is showing. You know, we are here right now. Whoever qualifies. Then we also have 5 Leaf Clover and Milk Lifestyle. Whoever qualifies will also go. And then we have the lower bracket games of Spirit Blossom against Aurora and Contingents Protea against Conviction Starlight. And obviously, you know, whoever loses in those 2 games will be sent here. So there's a lot of potential for both of these teams still to qualify. A lot of power. A lot of... No, not force. Not force. So... We have to wait. I love waiting. It is a classic, you know? I mean, it's a bit funny, you know, this time it's like spectator delay, but if I stream LATAM, you know, LAN, LAS, you know, it's always like this, you know? Bro, you have to wait so long. You just want to watch epic League of Legends and then a bit fucked. But it's fine. It is definitely fine. We just have to wait a bit more. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, you know? Depending on where you are on Earth, your day might be a night, your day might be a morning. Yeah, in general, I also would, you know, no flame, guys. Don't take it seriously. But please don't start long conversations in Spanish in my chat because yo no hablo español muy bien. So, you know, I have to stop you at one point because I cannot, because I have to make sure that my chat is moderated, you know? So, if you're speaking too much, I might have to take drastic measures into my own hand to make sure I can moderate this. No offense, you know, you can say some stuff, you know, just please keep it as much as you can in English. I would be very appreciated. I hope you're all happy, you know? I hope you have all a great day. I hope you have a lot of fun watching League of Legends. Or maybe playing League of Legends too. I hope your favorite team is doing well. I'm actually like this to look at this draft and like figure out who's like better draft is like so hard, no? Because like I'm really interested in seeing this top lane matchup. Considerably Riven is a Darius counter apparently, so maybe the top side matchup will be a bit more scary from the side of MIAU, you know? Put more pressure onto it. We also see Yuumi Fresh, two champions we usually don't see. But I would think that Fresh probably is like, you know, it's like, it depends, honestly, because the AD carry of MIAU, also last game, I think she played really good. But it was just, it wasn't enough because there was no real appeal for her. Because Seraphine Ultimate is like, you know, Seraphine Ultimate last game was no peel because it was always blocked by Tsuki, you know, so on the Brom, you know. So I think like this time, Yoshi will definitely have not just an easier game, but she also has more appeal with like a Xin Zhao and a Yuumi, you know, and like, you know, so I think like this game could be definitely a bit more scary. It is spectate mode, so we should have 3 minutes, but it's take, the thing about delaying here is like they draft, obviously they draft not in the client, but they draft in an internet website tool, because in the client you cannot draft Fearless. So they have to draft on Drafter.lol or something. And that means obviously that they have to draft, you watch the draft, and then they first go in-game, then they have to redo the whole draft, you know, and then the spectator delay of like 3 minutes comes into play. And sometimes, you know, your client doesn't work or stuff, you know, I have all the time in like other tournaments as well, you know, where it just takes then, even the draft already done, you know, then it takes a bit more time. I mean, also like teams, they are not forced to immediately start after the draft on the website has been finished, you know, because, you know, maybe someone needs to go toilet, you know, because it's really stressful, but I think something flickered on my screen, so maybe we are going into game. Yeah, we go into game. And with that, we're activating the sound again, and we're in. Second game of today, ASTRUM Esports again on the left side and MIAU on the right side. We already have the first game over. You know, ASTRUM Esports are already on a 1 point up, and we see in the chat, yes, Girl of Darius actually playing Darius, huh? That's crazy. It must be said that Costream is on the Riven, though, and Riven is a Darius counter pick. So, there might just be a world where this doesn't matter that the Darius main is getting Darius. Because she gets counterpicked by a person that is quite has quite high mastery on Riven at least. So we will see. We will see. On bot lane we see the immediate aggression here. But counter aggression from Yoshi and the Yuumi. Oh my god, and it will be first kill. Mary finds the grass here, and Yoshi and Bylol, they are still also hunting Suki down here. Yuumi Q is connecting with that another slow. But it seems like Suki is getting away with it. But first kill here for the bot lane of MIAU. Very early first kill on the level 1. Something we rarely ever see. And it must be said that, you know, obviously on a Caitlyn, you really don't want to fall behind. If Caitlyn is falling behind, her mid game is abysmal, you know? So right now it doesn't matter too much, you know? It's not yet the end of the world, you know? It depends more on how Yoshi and Bylol are now in the position to close this out, honestly. Like, you know, to put themselves in a position where, yes, we have a lead. Now what, you know? I'll keep it. I'll push it more. Have secured an early cull here. But doesn't scream of a lot of aggression. But, you know, for 400 gold, you cannot buy a better item. So, I let that one slide. Besides that, we see a lead here for the Darius on the top lane already. I looked at League P, like not League P, at how is it called? League of Grass? No. A stat website. I have forgotten how it's called. LoL Analytics. I looked LoL Analytics and there Darius uses. But Nemesis Jane, she has not heard it, you know? she has not. She's like, huh? Counter what? You know hablo English? Huh? You know? And with that we see a skirmish in the river. Scuffle is secured again for the side of MIAU. Again, the Jungler, again, a bit faster here. I think theoretically, Jarvan, you know, you could be faster, but again, both junglers, they have skipped also camp, you know, so it's a bit rough. In the end, it will be Scuttle 1-for-1, but Zinjal definitely has tempo here. So, nice to see. Let's see what they can do with it. Last time they couldn't really find anything, and now a nice scatter of the week into the hook of Zuki here. Victor has to run away, has to flash, is now under turret. In the end, will have been slain here. Mid lane of ASTRUM Esports doing a great job again. Really nice to see, honestly. ASTRUM Esports, Nati here finding another great start into a game. And last game she was already like really important on the Ari. Oh, Girl of Darius here. Oh no. And Nemesis Jane here was fast pushing Elite really far forward, uses the exhaust here. But the Zinja is just flashing behind her, and with that, you have to leave. Jane here losing both of their summon spells. Another hook from Tsuki here. Great stuff. Also combined with a trap. Yoshi losing a lot of HP. Has to jump out. And we see the Caitlyn definitely not that yet weak yet. You know, she died once, but now she already has the S lead. Yes, theoretically, Tristana, if she gets lane, the minions that are hitting turret now, she would be ahead again, you know, in CS. But Mary, you know, she died once, but it's okay, you know, sometimes you die. She's not letting the pressure win here over herself. She's still playing confidently, aggressively. Something I really appreciated about her game last game, you know, on the Lucian, she played always that aggressive, you know, she always clicked forward, you know, something I really like to see. Oof. Jane here, putting a lot of work on the top lane. Already a lot of CS lead, but also uses her ultimate relatively early to play aggressive. Just to put out more damage here on her opponent top laner. And this is like, you know, well, Dragon this time goes to the side of ASTRUM. There's no real way of contestation here. I mean, I could theoretically have tried, but it's always like, you know, you don't have vision. It's like not that easy after all. And with that, the first Dragon this time goes to ASTRUM. And it's obviously only a singular dragon. It doesn't give that much gold of XP, gold and XP that it's you know worth to talk about. Usually all the neutral objectives give you around the same XP than a Grom. It's XP and gold a Grom would give you. Oh, Zuki here. She's just running, but theoretically Yoshi could jump forward. But the hook and the flame both missing. If this Yoshi gets a reset, could play more aggressive here. We also see Jane here under a lot of pressure. Gets away for now. Now Kirby is on the bot lane too, but there's no ultimate yet, so I don't think the Jarvan will do much. Mary also has no mana and low HP, so she needs to be really careful of stepping up, and with that the situation clears out. MIAU just in general having a bit of better sequences now. A really important one will be this top lane. The Darius obviously having no summoner spells anymore. Will just be taken out here. I think one more Q might have been enough. I mean, the Sinja, you know, one more auto attack would have been enough to kill him here. But the Darius dies there. Also really close cooldown on the ultimate. So I think Jane's lane aggression gets immediately punished. Onto the immediately punished though. The overstay of the Riven also immediately punished by combined play of jungle support here, Kawinsuki. They attack the top side and punish the over-pushing Riven. Denying, honestly, you know, a bit of wave here. Also, like, the Riven will lose minions now. What keeps Jane probably in the leading position here, even though she just died. And if you're an ASTRUM fan, that's definitely one thing you want to see. So far, MIAU, again, having a bit of a gold lead here. I think, like, a lot will probably lay on Tristana. She's like still CS, even got another kill, so it's definitely looking strong. Now let's see another play here on the mid lane, another scatter of the week, scatter the week, sorry. Combined with a Jarvan combination of abilities secures another one for the mid lane here. I mean, not for mid lane, the kill goes to top lane. And Jane again on the Darius. She's getting the whole treatment this game. Ay caramba, it is a bit like I wish last game would happen as well. From the side, like, you know, the Jonas looked so good, but then the Yon just, you know, was kind of ignored and fell off on his own. This time the top lane matchup is not ignored by MIAU, and not ignored in this time means that there's a big lead forming here for the Riven probably. Even though she still struggles to keep up with the CS, but it doesn't matter if Darius dies all the time, you know, if she's like wanting to get CS, if she's getting killed, you know, then it doesn't matter really that much, isn't it? Zuki needs to be careful here. ID carry already gone, she's alone, has to walk home. And she would have definitely been dope. So Tristana is obviously one of the faster champions when it comes to terms of turret pushing. So we don't see right now how much HP the Spirit Bot turret has, but it is only on 2 platings. So the Tristana gathered a lot of more platings here too, what should keep her lead strong. And the immediate engage backport cancelled. Mary just put into the grave. Yes, she has a valiant fight, but Yoshi and Bylol, they're not base yet. On top lane, we also see Riven going really deep here, using both her summoner spells, but Jane has to use all of her summoner spells as well, and she would have been dead in a dump. And with that, I think MIAU, they're like, you know, they're slowly but surely showing strength everywhere. Again, like last game, I wanna say. Last game, I think MIAU was also kind of ahead on every position. That isn't mid lane though. Mid lane, I think it's really strong. Now we see an ultimate here off Kirby. She's still alone here, what means Riven gets enough time to just leave. Again, I think it will be a lot on Nati's shoulders, you know, to make the game about her. In the end, the top dive, you know, works out without Nati. But on the other side, we see an immediately, maybe, cross-map dive here on the other side of the map. Focus hitting, nice one. And now the backports get put in. Everything looks great. For MIAU here, at least. 1k again on the clock. It is a bit like last game, but I think I would say that Nati probably has a bit more struggles to, you know, have the same amount of impact that she found with the Ahri on the Syndra. Because on Ahri, a lot of her impact was also just going very aggressively. And very deep, you know. But you cannot really do that on Syndra because you don't have 3 dashes on your ultimate. Now a fight is breaking out. Even though the dragon is not secured. I mean, the dragon is actually secured. Kirby just gets it. The Syndra ultimate will be enough to secure life. Let's see. Mary is slashing forward. Gets the kill. The Victor laser in the end will be enough. And now Yoshi looks into the... Oh, we are getting away. There's another kill here, maybe. Kirby is dropping really low. Another kill secure. And we see a top lane 1-1 as well. But Nemesis Jane... Finally, she says, okay, the counter matchup, I don't care, I just kill you anyways. In total, there is a very bloody situation where a lot of gold go into the pocket of MIAU. Importantly enough, the dragon is still secured though for the side of ASTRUM esports. So they could technically still work to their goal of stacking as many dragons as they can. So that's definitely something, but I really think this Tristana is now scary. You can see she's nearly like, you know, 2.4k gold ahead, 2.6k gold ahead. It's like crazy. Crazy numbers on this Tristana. Everything else looks kind of in check. We also have a slight lead on the top lane for Darius still. I mean, the CS step is kind of high, but now we see Yoshi. She can just go wherever she pleases. She's such a big threat. Now, lane swap to the mid lane position to really make her lead like, you know, work. Obviously, the bot lane turret is not done yet, so you could say, hey, usually you swap bot lane after the turret falls, but the Tristana being so strong, you want to have her in mid lane. So every time, so you can get prio in mid lane, and then you can just send your bot lane, you know, to anywhere. You know, just throw Yoshi at a problem, it disappears. Let's see here. There could be a fight in the jungle. Both junglers and top laners are there, but again, Yoshi has the priority, and with that, MIAU can kind of do whatever they want because they know, yeah, we have Yoshi. And Yoshi beats everyone right now. Importantly enough, she's like, you know, she's still pretty volatile, but with still having Flash, with having Yuumi. This volatilization is like basically none, honestly, even though she has not big stat set in her inventory. Well, Yuumi not even having great items. I mean, she has the Mikhails now, too. It could be that Tristana is going base now and we already see its second item. This would be completely crazy devastating. But it doesn't seem like it's only a pickaxe, so Caitlyn, yes, she is behind. I mean, she has boots too. We're not sure. Oh, yeah, I can see. Yeah, she has already the plated steel caps finished. So Mary here can probably not win another 1v1. It will be really tough for her. But it's not the end of the world, you know? There's still potential to bounce back. It just will probably take a long time. We also see Darius buying Human's Ghost Plate. I'm not sure what you usually go on, Darius. But I know that when you play Darius Jungle, you play this item build. Nonetheless, we see a fight here on the Victor. Another kill. And finally, Nati is getting put into a position where she can fight. On the other side, we see Yoshi and Bylol. They're both completely devastating here. The mid lane in the 2v2 already under the turret. And with a bit support of the jungler here from MIAU, it will be enough to secure this turret. And also to secure more gold lead here for this Tristana. She probably is pretty close to finishing an Infinity Edge herself. And like this 2 item power spike will be really, really scary. On the other side, let's see what the Syndra is buying here. Objective will be secured. There's no way around it. Syndra also just buying Hexic Alternator. Nothing too crazy yet. And a lot of pings happening. Even a teleport. They really want to play topside hard. I'm not sure if I like this teleport from Victor, because what are you really gaining here? I mean, they're going in here, but immediately Yoshi is losing half of her HP. Mary is also half-life, still alive. Jarvan, though, the first one to die because there is no backup here. But still, I think, you know, yes, okay, you got the Kirby, but like, who cares, honestly? Why is Victor teleporting? Does seem a bit much invested here. For the end, only a jungle kill. And I think if like the scatter of the week, you know, scatter of the week hits a bit better, then like probably would have been even harder. Now we see the top lane 1v1. Exhaust is immediately blown. Flash comes out too late here. Darius already connecting the ability, and with that, Nemesis Jane secures another one. Dunks it down on the Darius here. She is not without reason called the girl of Darius, it seems like, because Riven is a counter matchup, but who cares, you know? Who the fuck cares? You just, you know, you go a bit loco and then you kill the enemy. Now fight breaks out. The dragon already secured. Kirby is far too deep. First kill is secured. Now Mary the next on the menu. The scatter the weak has hidden. It doesn't matter 1 HP. Oh my god, Shutdown is now secured by the Syndra, but it won't be all. Because she has to pay her life anyways, and I think Suki will die as well. No shot. I mean, maybe she can run away. She can still try to hook out, for example, or just use the Blast Rune. But with that... yeah. MIAU. 3k gold ahead. Playing far more aggressive. Getting a lot gold here from turrets too. A big shutdown in the end. A big shutdown here in the end, going to the side of the Syndra. But she's not looking too crazy with it yet either. So we will have to see what items will be gained from this situation. Will be the first dragon anyways for MIAU here secured. I think ASTRUM ESPORTS, they're just, you know, they're way too late, honestly. They're just too late anyways, and I don't think they're right now in a position where they really can fight. Just because, like, Mary is so weak on the Caitlyn. It is not over for her, the game, you know? She can definitely bounce back. She just needs a bit of time here still. We see Tristana with 2 items you cannot really fight. Syndra actually not getting too much with the shutdown, by the way, so... a bit unfortunate. The River Skirmish is now breaking out. Hook is only connecting on ISD Diet Coke, so nothing really more is happening here. If a hook there would, for example, hit Yoshi, then maybe there's something happening. Especially considering the Mika would have been on cooldown. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Game is going slow here. Nash is spawning in 130, and again, both teams, they have DPS to do it. But I think MIAU actually is, like, you know, MIAU, right now not, you know, but give Tristana half an item more, and their Nash will be completely Goomba quick. So there's definitely already a radical pressure point. Yoshi just dashing forward here. Also having a Mika in the back is so good for this Tristana and Arden Sensor. So Yoshi will have a fantastic game this game. I think she already played a really great game last game. I also think like Tristana in general is just a good pick here, you know? Tristana is quite good against Darius, against Jarvan, you know, because you can really easily avoid them. And it's also probably pretty okay against Caitlyn, because like in the lane it might be a bit rough sometimes. Another combination is hit this time. The Syndra QE is not hitting, but is not needed anyways. Nemesis Jane is securing another one, but at the cost of a mid-turret. So the game stays basically in the same state as it stayed before, you know, as it is the whole time. You know, nothing really is happening crazy. I'm not sure if this is good for either or other team. I mean, it is fine for MIAU, but like, I really think they should, like, you know, it's like, it is not completely horrible for them. Obviously, they're ahead, but I just feel like they are not achieving as much as they could do with this crazy fat AD carry. It's also like, you know, just want to mention it again. Yoshi is a challenger player. It's not like she's like, oh, now she finds it. But Scatter the Weeks immediately used. It has to be answered with the Mikaels, and this will probably be the end of Mary. No, Mary is still alive. Suki is doing her job as really well as a support, and with that, a kill is secured. Yes, in the end, it will be Suki's life, but only to a jungler, not to an AD carry. And now let's see how the fight is going out. Darius' ultimate sadly not executing the target. It was hit, but it probably should not matter. The fight in total still, I think, goes out in great succession here for ASTRUM ESPORTS, depending on how this situation here is turning out. There's still 2 people alive, but now with Xinjiao dying, the Yuumi will be dead as well. Double kill here for Jane. Assassinato double secured. And with that, yeah, ASTRUM ESPORTS. They're bouncing back into the game. The ulti is still there for MIAU, but definitely crazy fight here. And I think multiple, like in the beginning again, the Susana gets like immediately halved by the Syndra. Then the Mikaels has to be used. Then she's going into the Caitlyn, but Mary is just not dying. You cannot kill Mary because Suki is just doing a perfect job and then you're dead. It's like... And she has Flash too? Did she had Flash already in the fight because of yes? Then this is like... Oof, really rough here. Yoshi is just maybe a bit pressured, honestly. With that being said, a third dragon will be secured for the side of ASTRUM. On the other side, we see a turret falling for MIAU. The game is still in... How do you say? You know, the game is still basically even, you know? There's nothing too much happening, so... We still have to see how it goes. I think there's definitely a lot of potential here. And I like to see it. Game is taking a bit of a shorter nose. Again, you see ASTRUM, they're kind of looking here in the mid push. I think one thing they already did last game a lot, you know, just stepping forward and looking for catches. And I think they're doing this quite well. Just finding always windows where they find useful flank angles. And so MIAU has to be careful. Has maybe to play with more vision. But let's see. Mid lane Aram. Aram has started the hooks here of Tsuki not connecting onto Ice Died Coke, but I don't think it would matter too much anyways. The Challenger recall is now challenged. And actually solo queue Challenger recall. I know I have said it like a million times, you know, but I still think it's very impressive. Considering that, you know, Blue Otter is just trying to revive NA female scene, it is great to see that some players still, even without really that crazy good competitive, how do you say, without a real good tier 2, tier 3 scene, you know, can be a bit rough. Because, you know, NACL is like quite good as tier 2, you know, but as tier 3, I'm not sure what NA has. Like, they have like the university leagues. And this is kind of cool, but it's only cool if you're at a university. So, a bit ass if you're not studying something right now. It's not really cool at all. We see a lot of pings coming out, by the way, from the side of MIAU. They might be wanting to contest vision, want to play more aggressively here. The Nash is up, you know, and it is to start on 3 items, so the damage will be crazy now. But again, it's like you cannot really do it if ASTRUM ESPORTS is directly near you. And yes, while your AD carry is so much stronger than the Caitlyn is like still dealing okay damage, you know, because she has like the 2 AD items. So if she hits like a headshot, you know, someone steps into a trap, you know, she's still dealing damage. It's not threatening on her own, I would say. But considering how easy it is to set up traps with like Thresh, Syndra, Jarvan, you know, I think it's still relatively easy for her to manage to pull off. And then, you know, the little bit of damage she does is enough for the Syndra to deal her job, you know, to do her job and deal all the damage that is needed. I think Nati also, you know, really strong from the perspective of Oh, now we see again moving forward, but the Scatter the Weak immediately hitting the Zinja ultimate, doing a lot here. And oh no, Kirby's the first one to die here. Osana is jumping out, but probably won't matter. The Zinja already running Rampage here. Not a good Scatter the Weak, but Yoshi gets another one with Suki. I mean, she only get one, you know, but it was kind of all on her. And now the Nash is on the menu here for the side of MIAU. They are, the gold hit is not that crazy, but all the moments, you know, it is just, how do I want to say this? You know, the Scatter the Weak hits, you know, but then there's always Mikael's, and the follow-up was just not quick enough from ASTRUM here. And then, you know, Xinjiao could already run Rampage in the backline, because, like, Xinjiao, Victor, they're not that weak, you know? They're also pretty strong, so you have to be pretty careful. There's one turret now secured for ASTRUM, while there was a reset window for MIAU. That being said, the Nash is now on their sides for at least 2.5 more minutes, so you see probably a lot more aggression around that. That will also mean that the Soul is probably not playable for ASTRUM, because it spawns in like 10 seconds, and it doesn't seem like MIAU really wants to use their position to push. It seems more like they want to use their position to get this dragon. What is okay. But I also think it is okay for ASTRUM, honestly. Tsuki here now gets immediately just blamed. And this is how I wanted the Tristana to already be used in the early to mid game, you know? Just play more aggressively. It is not allowed for ASTRUM members to walk alone anywhere, because like Tristana just jumps on you and runs you down. So ASTRUM, they have to figure that one out on themselves, you know, really quick. Because if they don't figure that out in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you know, the game might just be over next team fight. The only good thing is that the Nash is cannot really be used crazy style. Here from MIAU, they got one turret, but you know, in the meantime, ASTRUM also got one turret. So it's a 1-for-1 turret trade right now. Not the best situation to be in. We also have the Syndra with a Storm Surge, you know, really offensive build here. Usually Syndra players in competitive like to go Blackfire Torch Rocket Bait. But not, he's deciding against it, going a Storm Surge. I like Storm Surge because really strong item makes you deal more damage, and I think this is exactly what she needs here. She just needs to find a way to one-shot the Tristana, even though it's really hard. Another thing I think that bites a bit into ASTRUM eSport is this time they have no they don't have anti-shield. And I kind of think, you know, this maybe sounds stupid, but I kind of think it would have been not too bad if Mary would have gotten it. I might be wrong, because she's obviously already behind. You don't want to, you know, waste items then to be even more behind. But I kind of think like you probably could have bought it, you know? Because, like, you're not one-shotting anyone anyways, you know? So might as well just hit the Tristana once, and then, you know, your Syndra can one-shot her. Better. I mean, Riven has also quite a lot of shielding, you know? So maybe still see an item like this. For Jarvan now we see Randuins, so they're definitely investing heavy into tank items. That is also going a similar item. Let's see. Last Whisper now secured for Caitlyn, so she is definitely going for an Last Whisper item, the Mortal Reminder. I would really like her to go Serpent Swing next, honestly. But, you know, maybe full crit is also enough to just deal with it. We have to see. Nash obviously 1 minute already gone. Next major objectives will spawn at the kind of the same time. So there's potential for trading in any kinds of means. That looks really hard right now for the side of ASTRUM. Because I think like the Darius also like, you know, Nemesis Jane is like really strong. I may be wrong, but the thing is, the only member that is important right now to threaten, really, that you have to threaten quick, is the Tristana. And I don't think that Darius is threatening Tristana at all. Yes, you're probably threatening the Riven, definitely. You're probably also threatening Xinjiao and Victor and stuff, but it doesn't matter. Because Tristana is having so much quick access here. Actually, Darius is quite tanky here, also going for a run into the chain hits. But doesn't matter. We cannot find anything out of that. There's still also Mikaels, you know, going deep in here would probably not have been the best call. That's not what I mean, but they can still fall. They're not untouchable. Yoshi. Probably one of the, not even the best AD carry in the open qualifier. Looks really strong. Also had a fantastic first game. Now this game, everything was kind of put in her basket. And now let's see. ASTRUM ESPORTS, they're kind of securing the position right now. By MIAU is kind of bot side. Theoretically speaking, the Nash is spawning before the dragon, you know? So it could be already done. By the time it matters. But I would doubt that that would happen. Syndra also reset it for getting 2 booms. It's not teleporting in, it's walking. I hear the teleport. So yeah, Riven has teleported. And it might as well just be a trade. Nash for Dragon. But I think what MIAU is thinking themselves is, who cares? They can do shit with Nash. And for us, it's good because Tristana still has 2 open item slots, you know? So we don't need to have this Nash. But they're walking in now regardless. Eyesight Coke is already there. It will be a 50-50. Who will get it? Secured now by Eyesight Coke. And now it's the question, can this MIAU roster also run over the fight here? Quick answer is no, but still the objective stolen is the whole prize. Now they can really do a lot. Ay. Now they say thank you to ASTRUM ESPORTS as they take over the game, the map, everything. Really great find here from Ice Diet Coke. I think in general, really great game for her. Now we see a bot lane 1v1. This is exactly what I mean. It is not like the Darius is like, you know, if the Darius could stay in melee range, he is threatening, but he can't. It's Tristana, it's not possible. Now we see another mid lane fight immediately. Hook is hitting here the Xinjiao, but Xinjiao has revive. And now Yoshi is getting at least 1 reset. Not using it to get more resets, but they can try to end here. Yoshi is just so strong. That might just be that easy. Bomb is now used. You see the damage on the turret is insane. That is now finding a clutch hit here. This might be enough. Shutdown secured for the Syndra. The situation not over though, but another one falls. And with that, ASTRUM ESPORTS, they're holding themselves into the game. Riven is also losing a lot of damage. Still Victor alive here. He's found on 3 items. It's not that weak anymore. Looks for botlane inhibitor too. Looks really hard to answer here, but it will get out in the end. Not another inhibitor falls in. ASTRUM ESPORTS, they just find it. They just find it in the last crucial moment where they need to find it or they lose the game. It is found. And another kill for Syndra. A lot of fighting spirit is still left in ASTRUM ESPORTS. And they're looking forward. Really like to see that. MIAU, they're still, you know, they are comfortable. They have 6k gold lead, but like it feels like 6k gold lead on Tristana, you know? So it is like Tristana is really strong. And she still has 1 more item slot. So already has bought a BT. BT is an item that is obviously that is fulfilling 2 niches. First of all, it gives you a lot of AD, so you deal a lot more damage, you know? It's simple as that. And then it gives you lifesteal and a shield, you know? So it makes you more tanky too. So it is like defensively and offensively a good choice here for the Tristana. And will probably be hard to answer, especially because there's still no anti-shield on the side of Astrum. Also, their anti-heal is only on Caitlyn. So Tristana, Tristana is now in a state where she should have like, I'm not sure how much range she has entirely, but she should be very close. Not even, if not even more than the Caitlyn. So Caitlyn can just not auto-attack her without Tristana firing back. And if Tristana is firing back onto the Caitlyn, ay caramba, she did. We also see that like Yumi has bought the Night Swoop, so like holy shit, Yoshi is like just end boss right now. She is her, you could say. Still, even giants can fall, even gods can bleed. And so did Yoshi already 3 times, got called off, especially by the mid lane of ASTRUM Esports, that having a fantastic game in total. So let's see. Resets are coming in. This game is chilling. Next dragon is spawning in under a minute, 44 seconds. So we will see action around it. It would be for both teams Soul. I kind of think that from Astrum's side, you kind of don't want to drop this because Soul is so good on your opponents. But it's also really hard to contest, On the other side, I think like the Soul is not too good for ASTRUM Esports here. So they're a bit nerfed, If they get the Soul here, it's not the end of the world for MIAU. But if they lose the Soul, it might just be the end of the world. Trying here to flank in, not reaching anything yet. But also, importantly, don't get poked. So even though their flank did not work, they're at least not losing too much. Hook is now connecting, but the target is questionable. Cola is now also using her Zinja ultimate already. This would be an opening here for Astrum. It is still really hard to play, but they have no Zinja ultimate where to create space, but it's so hard to reach. Dragon is now secured. Kirby's in all members, and Yoshi can probably just play front to back, cleaning them up one by one. Now they're going forward. Ultimate of Javan is hitting, but it doesn't matter. First kill secured. It's a 1-for-1, but another kill here. Yoshi is going completely Bazinga into the backline here. Jumps into all the peoples, and it doesn't matter. Ay, caramba. I think it's like holy shit, Assassinato quadruple secured here for Yoshi on this crazy Tristana game. Already had a really, really, really strong first game, but here in the second game, she's letting no questions unanswered. She definitely is a top 80 carry of this open qualifier, and she strives to prove that she's a top 80 carry in the group stage as well. GGVP here for MIAU. In the end of the day, it's not done yet. ASTRUM Esports, they can definitely bounce back, and I think they will also try to bounce back. So we are in for a series, you could say. And next game will decide everything. Here we can see end game stats, and you see the starter damage is kind of crazy. You also see some member that I want to highlight here. The Syndra having a lot of damage here. Fantastic game from her. In the end, it was just too hard to find anything. If you're looking at how to play next game, I think like Nemesis Jane on top lane again had a really good game, even though Riven is considered a counter pick. She just didn't care, won. So I think what is really important, in my opinion, is give the mid lane, give I have forgotten her name. Give Nati Sophie, give her a good champion that can do a lot of stuff, that can impact the team, and make sure that your bot lane make sure that Yoshi is not getting a hyper 1v9 champ. Okay? And then, boom. Some can win. On the other side, MIAU, their top lane matchup seems like to be giga losing, but it is okay. I think Kosif, she can stabilize it enough. So it looks always a bit grim, but it's okay. She manages quite well. So you want to have a situation again where Ice Diet Coke as like a champion like Wukong, for example, would be crazy. in my opinion. Like Wukong would be really good on her. I'm not sure if the players play those champions, by the way. I'm just making my shit. I'm just yapping as if they would play every champ, okay? I don't know if they actually play Wukong or whatever. I think Kimi also does okay. Kimi is a bit like, like mid and top of MIAU. They're always like a bit, they're kind of losing, but they're stabilizing it really well. And then you just want to put every basket, every egg needs to go into the basket of Yoshi, and then she just starts blasting and kills everyone. You know? At least that's what I would think, that should happen here if Meow wants to win. On the other side, if ASTRUM wants to win, then they just have to stabilize bot lane, honestly, and give their mid laner a champion there with which she can play. And I think bot lane can be stabilized. They have fantastic game one, So with that being said, we are going into a short pause, I would say. Yeah, we go. And be right back. Oh wait, no, I can give you music. Wait. You can have music. Isn't that nice? Music is always nice. Holy shit. Blue Otter rated with 17 people. Honestly, kind of crazy how many people are just watching this. Oh, you don't see it because of the red. But like 22 people watching. Not the cast, but yeah, this empty thing. Regardless, be right back to the last game of MIAU against ASTRUM. It will be an Astro banger, See what of those teams can secure their place in the group stage and who is going into the lower bracket of the open qualifier. Be right back. Okay, guys. Red Gang, we are make. Cover first pick here from MIAU. They're swapping sides. Wait, give me a second. We go full screen here. We go full music in here. We go here, and then I have to take you and you and put you somewhat in the middle of the thing. Yeah. And with that, welcome back. We have another draft of the last game here. Whoever wins this is already qualified for the League Impact Scene group stage. On the other side, whoever loses this game will be sent into the lower bracket tomorrow. The bans have not changed, by the way. Renekton this time banned in the first rotation, Afiri open. Karma was first picked. Then we have Maokai Yings as an answer. So ASTRUM ESPORTS, they're looking far more into a front-to-back carry team fight style. On the other side, we have now Diana Yasuo secured. We are not sure yet if this is a Yasuo mid lane. This could be Yasuo top lane for all we know. But Diana mid lane, not Diana mid lane, but Yasuo mid lane, Diana jungle is the pairing that is known for its lethal offensive. On the other side, we're going to we pick Silas now. I think Silas should be fine into Yasuo. If it's a Yasuo mid lane, if not, then it's probably still fine. We go into the next ban phase. There's still 80 carry ban, so we're taking away the Ezreal here. Ezreal Karma is one of the most oppressive lanes in the whole entire game, so taking that away, definitely understandable, but there's still other champions you could play here. Honestly, it just depends on what champions you want to play, no? From an AD carry perspective. You could definitely still rock in mages here or anything. Renata now banned, another support here that could go hard with Yings. Theoretically, Maokai could also go with Jinx here on bot lane, but I think Maokai against Karma is probably a really tough time here. They think about banning Misfortune here. Misfortune, Karma is also kind of oppressive and annoying. So, do I think it's not the best MF game ever here. But also not the worst. But Misfortune Karma is definitely as lane. Yeah, you're a bit oppressive, but then what, you know? Anyways, it is taken out. On the other side, we see a Rumble ban or hover. It's not banned yet, but yep, it is banned here. Last time they have to blind pick something. Blind picking Yex here for top lane now. Again, on top lane, Nemesis Jane every game. She played really well, so nothing too crazy here. Oh, with Emilio Hubbard. This might just be Karma top lane or Karma mid lane for, or like they could flex it, maybe. Not sure how good that is into the X actually, but Emilio's Hubbard. Let's see. Don't fall into the hover trap. Teams hover all the time. Nope, it is picked. So it is Karma solo lane. We only have to figure out where she goes. Maybe the next pick will help us because it could theoretically be Yasuo bot lane, you know, for all we know, but I think probably not. I honestly would think that Yasuo is probably top lane, but you know, against Yex it would be kind of hard. Aphelios is now picked as answer into the Jinx, and one more support pick or jungle pick here, potentially. I mean, you could flex a lot here, you know, that's just saying. Also for ASTRUM, they could flex a lot here, but I would really not anticipate it. Let's see. I think they will pick support. Theoretically, something like Lulu is still open. Could be not that bad here. So maybe we'll just see a classic Lulu. No, we've seen any. That kinda means that the Maokai is support. Wow, I'm not sure if I like that into the Karma. It sounds a bit horrible into the Emilio. But you know. Besides that, I really hope there's I honestly ask the chat, honestly. Yo. Ask the chat. Maybe the producer is aware of that, because the producer should know. Even though the draft tool is not knowing it, the producer should know it, because they have obviously access to the they have access to everything, to the chat and stuff. Despite that, I will activate music because we probably have to wait. We probably have to wait a long time anyways. Or like, not long time. Which lane specifically? Oh, bro, what is this for a question? I don't know. All of them. I mean, it's I'm just asking. Maybe we get an answer. It is a crazy game. Crazy game. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. What they have drafted here. 1000 Eyes says Karma top surely. I mean, I think two. But their top laner is playing Yasuo. A lot of it, actually. So there is a chance that it's Yasuo top lane. But Yasuo top lane would be against Yex, of all things? No way, bro. Sounds so horrible. Regardless, we are waiting a bit more. We will get our answers soon enough. And producer will let us know. Wow. Not sure if this person is a producer. It might as well also just be a person that is in lobby spectating and in Twitch chat. I mean, it sounds a bit random, you know, why would you do that, but... yeah. My head is stuck somewhere. Ah, yeah. Okay, I wanted to check something. Anyways. Are you casting? I am. I am actually casting this game. But I'm a bit confused right now. It's fine. We will lift the confusion. I think, like, you know, probably it's Jack's top lane and Silence Jungle. It makes the most sense to me. And on the other side, it's probably Karma top lane, Yasuo mid lane, just because I don't think... I mean, technically, you know, they could just counterflex. What if the Yasuo's mid lane just play Jack's mid lane, you know? But, it, you know, it sounds a bit crazy, honestly, what I'm saying. So I think that we will probably not see that. If I'm not, like, you know, if there would not be something like really, really crazy happen, then I don't think we would see that. In the end, we don't know, you know? We don't know, everything can happen. It is League of Legends after all. So yeah. So yeah. But we will have information soon, so don't get you know, don't get scared. We will know. We will know. Just a bit more of waiting. We have to wait anyways, because like both teams, they have to load into the game. They have to make the draft, you know, and then they have to also, like, you know, you do the draft outside of the game in a draft tool, then you go in the game, then you're drafting, then you go loading screen, but then it's no, before you go even loading screen, there's spectator delay. So like the person in chat, I think that's the producer, that said, I will say when we are in lobby. It's like when we're in the loading screen. It's kind of funny because how do they they have to wait spectator delays as we have, so not really gaining any information for us, but I'm sure we will figure it out sooner than later. At one point we have to know. Again, I just want to say I'm really thankful for this event, for Blue Otter, also for the opportunity to be here in Costream. I will just, you know, fill the time and yap a bit about me. I myself, I'm LIS. I'm like from Europe, Germany. And I just started like with Summer Split, casting the LIN and LIS officially in English. I'm like the only English cast of those two LATAM Tier 2 leagues. They are not right now in playoffs. So next time I will stream is like on Monday we will cast LIN. And then on Tuesday we will cast LIN as well. And then on Tuesday something is happening too, but on Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. On Monday, Tuesday we cast LIN, and then on Wednesday we will cast something else. But I'm not sure if it's LIS or if it's CD. It might also happening that at one day of the 3 we cast CD and then LIN, but I'm right now not entirely sure in my head. Anyways, I'm also casting the Brazilian Tier 2 in English. I'm also the only person that casts that one in English, but I'm not officially recognized for that league. But I know the person that is officially recognized for that league, and they have no time. Yasuo, Jax, Diana, Sile. Oh, wait. Yasuo top lane, really? Okay. Was? No way. No way. Silas Jungle? Yeah, that makes sense. Karma any feelings. Okay. I think, like, let's be real. This is not good, I think, no? Because Jax, I have to make... Jax is... Surely Jax is like really bad against... No? Am I yapping? Well, it sounds so bad, no? Yasuo against Jax sounds like complete horror. If you ask me. Yeah, the win rate also looks like complete horror. I mean, in high elo, actually, Yasuo wins. So I think like if you're really good with the Yasuo, you probably have a chance to win this matchup. But definitely Jack's also outscaling this apparently. So it's like in the early game you have a chance. I think like with this revelation, I think it's really hard. It will be really hard. It will be really hard to like top lane will be just kingdom again. For like the thing is, I don't want to sound mean, because like but Nemesis Jane is just the GOAT on top lane. And then you're playing like a champion that is like, getting so hard outscaled. Yes, you can win early game and stuff, but you're not top lane main, so I think ASTRUM ESPORTS, they're on top lane again a bit they're a bit beneficial. Yeah, on jungle position is really hard to say. I think Sylas is a champion that I don't usually see that much, but also Sylas is a jungler that at least in the past needed to get things done. It's very easy to get out farmed and stuff. So let's see. I think this might be a slight advantage here for the side of MIAU. Also having mid lane here pick, I think Annie is probably the perfect pick for the mid lane of ASTRUM. Is a champion that can do stuff and do stuffs on her own, what I really like. Karma is just as much of a champion that just is there to not lose, and there is, I think this perfect summarization of like mid 1v1 matchup and like top lane 1v1 matchup theoretically, pick like Karma here. And on bot lane we have like MIAU Aphelios against Ying's Maokai. I think I would prefer probably Aphelios MIAU for the early game, for the lane probably a bit more stronger, but this time there's no big kill pressure there. I mean, last game there wasn't really big kill pressure either, but Yoshi just pressed the buttons and then there was kill pressure. This time it's probably a bit harder, though I still think that bot lane of MIAU has preferably, is probably winning. So it is a bit like game 1 and game 2 from the, it's like, I think the matchup of champions perfect fit for the players and how they play against each other so far. It's like a perfect mirror of that. Why am I even here? How do you even get there? How do I get back here, right? Ah, okay. Regardless of that, sadly we have to wait a bit more. It is what it is. With that perfect timing, we are in the game. Oh no. I mean, it's okay. Guys, it's okay. I will not say that I'm biased for ASTRUM ESPORTS because they're LATAM. And I'm like, it's already established. I'm a big fan of LATAM. Else I wouldn't. Actually, I haven't not said it honestly because then something else happened and my mind was drifting away. But the reason why I stream LATAM regions and like English is because I'm a big fan of LATAM. I'm personally invested in LATAM, you could say. And there was just no English Costream. And my Spanish is like, no muy bien, El perro estás loco. I really only know some catchphrases and I can read Spanish, like if you give me a text, a really basic level text of Spanish, I will get the point that the text wants to bring across, but like that's it. So I was always a bit like, oh no, like it's honestly it's just skill issue, I could just learn Spanish, but I decided to take matters into my own hand. And with that being said, we are in the game. Last game of today, whoever wins is qualified for the Impact League Series, League Impact Series group stage. And we see already Yoshi is clicking the button forward, just attacking Mary and Tsuki here on the bot lane. They're losing a lot of HP. But it's okay. Not the end of the world. For now. Whoever loses is not out though. So They have a chance tomorrow again. Tomorrow again, there will only be 2 matches. I won't co-stream any of those. Oh my god, Suki. Already losing some damage is exactly what I said would happen. On the top side, though, we see she decides them off the queue. Now you are crazy. Holy shit, Nemesis Jane just walks away. Ay, caramba. Getting the exhaust already this early also kinda crazy. Yeah, tomorrow I cannot stream. Tomorrow you have to watch other co-streamers, but it's fine. There are a lot of people that want to stream. So I think it won't be an issue to co-stream, like, you know, to find persons to stream both of the games. That being said, I have tryouts tomorrow because I'm still participating in the European female scene myself. So I have tryouts to attend tomorrow. So a bit unfortunate. Now we see top lane here. I mean, you know, Yasuo has theoretically trade patterns that makes him stronger earlier. Because you can, if you play it like correctly, avoid like a lot of the Jack stuff. But you have to see. Now we see mid lane a trade. But even though Karma W is used, and he just wins the trade. And this is also so annoying. You have just seen it. The Yasuo passive with the windshield. Really, really annoying. But let's see how the game goes, you know. It is still a long game. We see Silas with an early base after only 3 camps, deciding here to buy Darksteel. And he's immediately going top lane too. Like, no break, but there's no E here. Oh, jumps out. But Yasuo gives in anyways, and first blood secured here for Jane, losing a lot of HP to mean she could die. She could die. Holy shit. And this was like really close here on the top side, but in the end, it doesn't matter. The one who gets out of it with the first blood, the Primera Sangre, is Nemesis Jane. And now she has like, with the Sheen, her position should be much, much stronger. We also see the mid lane matchup. You know, Karma is like the perfect champion to not completely go under, you know? The perfect lane neutralizer champion here. We haven't seen her in a while in the meta, but she's still doing her thing. But we see like against a champion like Annie, it's not that easy because she has more range than you with her auto attacks. So Lloyd also having a challenger backport, by the way, just so you, in case you don't know. Like you see here, the Karma W is like nice and all, but like, oh, Tsuki, really, really annoying by LOL here. Needs to be a bit careful here. She has the right weapons to run her over in the, you know, case that she would stay too long. Now, Bylol is the one that annoys Suki here. Kinda funny. Both sharing some support items, thanks, I would say. That being said, aggression, aggression, aggression. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's more action around topside this game. I think they want to leverage the fact that not only is this topside matchup really, really crazy good, it is also... Oh, the mouse of the production is somewhere crazy. Or is this done on purpose? I'm so confused. Nonetheless, they're trying to abuse the fact that like the Jax is theoretically good into Yasuo, and that I think Costream cannot match Nemesis Jane. Like, I mean she can match, but like not on a winning side. So they want to give Jane more potential to win this game aggressively. Now they're looking here in. Just as I said, they want to play more topside. We see a bot lane engage. It blows the flash of MIAU, but nothing more is gained so far. Mary also used Ghost for whatever reason. Sadly, there was nothing more gained here. I think, you know, it looked like easier than it was, but probably MIAU Q is just an easy tool to avoid such fights. You cannot avoid... You cannot avoid Maokai flying in, but you can definitely avoid the Silas flying in, so that's something nice. That being said, Dragon now on the menu, and the Ice-Died Coke here is first on it, but it's really not where you want to be, because the Dragon is slowing and dealing damage. She's so low. Can Mary get this? Oh, the reset! Now finally reset for Mary, but I think it doesn't matter. Yoshi has the right weapons. Red, white, start fight, but in the end it doesn't matter. The Jinx reset, another one, triple reset, and Assassinato triple secured here for And this is something I want to see from ASTRUM Esports. If we want to see them winning here, getting a really strong position here in the early game, and putting themselves definitely ahead. On top lane, we see the 1v1 matchup, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Jane also securing a kill, and with that being said, the Drake has not fallen, but ASTRUM Esports, they're putting up a statement here in the third game. Vamos. Big time vamos here for ASTRUM Esports. The LATAM representative. I just, Blue Otter, they try to restart an A scene, but there are some LATAM teams in here too. LATAM players are generally allowed to compete, unlike like Europeans or Brazilians, So we see some LATAM players and teams. I think there's one LATAM team already invited, if I'm not wrong, from the Tigres. But I'm not entirely sure. I think the Tigres have one team. Now we see another mid lane fight here. Karma losing a lot of damage here, but in the end it's okay. Not the end of the world. And with that being said, the game already good start here. Now the Dragon is on the hands of ASTRUM Esports, and MIAU is not really in any position to be close to contest, so they'll probably be just shared. We already see a slight CS differential in the jungle department, something I would have expected, Silas is good at ganking, good at skirmishing, but he's not so good at full clearing, and the other is really good at it. Now we see top lane again, some action. But the passive of Yasuo, makes it really playable. I have hiccups, sorry. For now. Still, Jane looks fantastic here so far. Every all-in she wins. And with Tsuki being topside, probably the Grubs will be the next on the menu. Usually I'm a big hater of Grubs because, Grubs is an objective that is... Like, okay, let's get the facts. Taking all those Grubs gives you like 90 gold. I mean, you get the little ones too. So let's say you get like, even if you get 110 gold. A Grom gives you like 90 gold. And it is far easier to kill a Grom than... Oh, it only gives 80 to her, huh? Am I dumb? Regardless, it is much faster, much get more gold and XP when you would do jungle camps and Grumps. And Grubs are not some passive stat or something, it's something you have to use quite often. Yo, missed! No way! Oh my. Tibas missed. That's crazy. Regardless of the Tibas, so you have to use the Grubs. I think Nemesis Jane could be the perfect offender of, putting Grubs to work this game on the side lane and on her own lane already here. Because the thing you have to do to use those Grubs is you have to hit the turret, like, all the time. But it's still hard here for her. She's 2-0 up, a bit of CS up too. But Yasuo, again, the statistics say that he's kind of good in the early game. So, against this VX. But with already a slight lead secured, I think Nemesis Jane will probably bounce back at one point and Gigastorm. And use her Grubs. Sorry, I should not... should be a bit more neutral. But I just love it when LATAM plays. So, it's a bit hard. I obviously hope that the better team wins, But I really hope the better team wins. I mean, MIAU is like, both of these teams have a strong showing this game. And I'm like pretty sure they can probably bounce up tomorrow, So, because they're, if they would lose here, they're only going lower bracket, So it's okay. That being said, a bit of more chilling times here. Gold lead is still like around 1.4k gold. It's not the end of the world yet. We see a Silas lane gank here is coming in, but we also see a Diet Coke gank. Diet Coke is now walking onto Vision, so theoretically, theoretically speaking, ASTRUM knows more than MIAU knows, and now they're doing it. They're playing with it, but maybe they played too hard. Mary already needs to flash out, but the counter Diana ultimate is doing a lot of damage, but not enough damage. Oh my, Yoshi's just firing back. Now the TP is coming in, another counter TP. It's both mid laners coming in. Ice Coke is dropping really low, but this time hits. This could be the first shot, but Yoshi is just surviving in Karma. Forces Annie to flash out. Wow, what a fight. No one is dying. That's just so crazy. Everyone drops low. In the meantime, top lane died too. Yasuo died found using Summoner Spell, just gets killed by the 1v1 injects. So even though the bot lane matchup in the end was an equally unsuccessfully the departure, on top lane we see it. Nemesis Jane is a nemesis here for MIAU in total. So really good. Really, really good. I want to say. I'm really happy to see. Regardless of that, obviously, you know, for MIAU, this game is not over yet. They have, like, you have seen already, Yoshi is, like, putting up a strong fight here on the bottom position. And if she's getting, if she's only getting remotely strong into the game, you know, she can definitely take it over again. So, really, really, really good to see. But we have to see. It's not done yet, you know. We have to see how it goes. We see, so far, you know, the game is basically still even. Besides of the leads that they have gotten, it's like, especially on mid lane and top lane, the leads are big. On the other side, we see slightly the jungle here, actually, and a slight lead still also for Mary on the AD carry and Yings. You see, you know, Nemesis Jane will soon be done with the top turret. Maybe we see then already lanes of some bot lane. There's another 3v3 soon to be happening. Oh, Karma though, winning a trade here could be important because Annie has no teleport, so should, like, you know, has to reset if she wants to fight around this dragon effectively. And she gets a bit of healing, and now we're going forward. The chains only have to hit, but Karma movement speed is enough. And with that, Mary is hitting the dragon. Annie also having stun and Tibbers. No flash though, and half HP could be theoretically a really devastating position here for ASTRUM. Maokai ultimate is now used defensively just to get the space, and with the space gained, the dragon will be secured. And this is the second one for the side of ASTRUM Esports. And with that, they're making a really, really strong showing. Let's see if they can continue like this, or if the side of MIAU can put a dent in the game plan here of ASTRUM. For now, we have a pause. Let's hope the pause is nothing too major. Let's hope for both teams it is, you know, it is manageable, because it would be really sad if we have any issues that makes it, like, hard. Because, like, you know, you want, like, it would be really, really, really sad if you are in a position where your team just, one of the teams here has, like, major struggles, you know, because I think both of these teams are really good, you know. So even whoever loses, you know, they should have a strong showing tomorrow too. And they definitely have a big shot of getting into the game, into the whole series. And maybe even having a strong shot at winning the whole tournament. Because, like, they have really strong players in those teams. So what I want to say here is that I really hope that those are, like, minor issues that only plague them right now, and nothing consistent. Because consistent issues, you know, you don't wish at a tournament like this to happen, you know. But we're back into the game. And immediately shut down here. Wow. And the Jinx Rocket. That we follow, but hits no one. Immediately Annie gets put out here. Diana just one-shots her. Aggressively. Nice to see. Definitely Icy-Eyed Coke here, you know, she is ahead now. She has to put her lead somehow on the map. And with this kill now secured, definitely exactly what you would want to see here from the jungler of MIAU. On top lane, this matchup though looks really hard here. We see Suki and Baldol, both of them, they are like, you know, securing the area around top, but in total there are more members of the side of MIAU around, so they might want to look for something. You also see the mid laner here. Not the mid laner, the AD carry, sorry. Yoshi is moving to the mid lane. What kinda means that probably MIAU is really eager to do this dragon here. And Suki, she has to be careful. Ice Died Coke is looking for an engage, and this could be really devastating. If a nice Diana ultimate would find this mark here, then there's definitely potential for a Yasuo follow-up. First knock-up comes in, no found yet. Nah, the Diana ultimate is found, and the Yasuo ultimate is coming in too, and with that, 2 people will die, and there's nothing more ASTRUM can really do here. There's a bit of disrespect, honestly. They're still looking for something, though. I'm not sure if they should, though. Oh my god. Jax is going in, but immediately gets exhausted. Also, forces the flash of Yoshi, but, like, doesn't really matter. And Died Ice Coke is going to the backline. Assassinato, double is secured. Now the goes golden, and Mary is flashing offensively here to the side. At least one person will die. Bylor flashes as well. Assassinato, triple for Ice Died Coke. And with that said, MIAU bounces back onto a big ass disrespect here from ASTRUM. I think, you know, if they just give it, it would be totally fine, especially since they have known that Yoshi was anyways rotating, so they know that they were probably in a 4v5 for a bigger part of the situation than you ever would want to be. So, ASTRUM sadly, with the disrespect, costs them gravely here. Oh. Jane also cannot interrupt that backboard here. If she could have, it would be a kill. But here's a flash, but maybe even a kill. But if that, the game goes basically in equal state. Nothing is over for anyone here. Nothing is won for anyone either. We see now that Diana is looking really strong already. She kind of has to, you know, she has also, like, I want to say she kind of has to make up for the gold hit that Jax has. But she already has, like, you know, she's also 800 above Jax, you know. So this Diana is coming really good into the game here. Ice Died Coke, definitely. Having somewhat of a good game. But with like games like this, with like champions like Aphelios and Jinx in the back, you know, there's always, like, you know, you can always bounce back. But now Nemesis Jane is immediately killed off again from being just too far forward, contesting too far forward, and we are maybe even looking to diving here. Counter dive now for us from esports on the bot side. Teleport is coming in. It is the Yasuo. The windfall will be clutch. Kill is anyway secured though. So, however clutch it wasn't clutch enough. But MIAU just on mid lane with the Harald immediately doing more damage to everything. And to the lives and to the objectives of ASTRUM Esports. Getting a second charge here, maybe even a second turret. They're still far away. ASTRUM is still far away from really contesting this, and getting 2 turrets here is a big gold swing, especially if you consider who got to get the gold here. It's only uncontested between Yoshi and Ice Died Coke. And Yoshi, Ice Died Coke, they're already having a great game, especially like Ice Died Coke is like so fed already. Already having 2 items here. And it's like really close to her third one too. Is playing a very offensive Diana. She's not going any tank items. I mean, she has like items like Rocket Belt and like Sonya's that are considerably giving you defensive tools. But on the stat department, there's no like crack generator. There's no nothing. There's only full power. On the full power side, the Yasuo is now in danger here. But now they have to be careful. Again, another good Yasuo combination. It also avoids Nemesis Jane's E from Yasuo. Jinx ultimate is flashed, and with that, probably Jane, she's like so low golden here. Has to avoid now, they have to retreat, but Ice Died Coke is finding a way in. Tibbers is now used, but without a stun. And it's again, it's like, it's not completely bad. You can see that ASTRUM Esports, they're millimeters away from, like, you know, being able to fight those fights. But I think, like, Jinx uses Ghost here. But I think they just need a bit more time here before they really can turn up the volume. But Barry doesn't care. She's like still looking. She knows they're really low. They're dropping lower from the dragon. Now Diana goes in, gets immediately a kill. And with that, Mary is probably dead too. She's changing the targets, but doesn't matter. There's a wind wall. And with that, Assassinato double is secured here. And I think I don't want to say it, but it looks a bit like... Still stepping forward here. It looks a bit like ASTRUM games. ASTRUM games, they're falling apart. Honestly, it looks like a bit they're falling apart here. A lot of pings going out. We don't see what is pinged though. But someone is pinging someone or something. It might be that, you know, might be MIAU is hyping each other up and pinging the Diana. Oh my god. Eyesight Coke is so fat, she will carry us. Or, you know, maybe ASTRUM Esports is pinging it and thinking, oh my god. The Diana is a free item monster in the 20-minute mark here. Like you see, but the most other people, they are still scrapping here at 1.5 items. Diana is on 11k gold. She's like 11k. She has nearly a third of the whole team goal, you know? It's crazy. She has a fourth of it. So, this is definitely kind of crazy. Now we see Diet Coke goes in again. This time not really hitting anyone. Only Zuki. And Zuki is like terribly tanky. Or was at least with her support item, but without it, she's also just a snack here. Dies immediately. Karma Teleport is now used and they're looking at an immediate Nash. And they have crazy DPS for it. There's no doubt in my mind they will just do it really quick. Theoretically, Kirby, she could steal it. On the side is with Flash, with Blastcon. You could try. All eyes on her. Rocket is hitting. Now they know how much HP goes in. Oh, so close, but that's secures the Flash from Kirby too, but it means there's no way out. And she's taken out as well. Aye. And with that, the gold lead is rising. And ASTRUM Esports, they're just sadly a bit too far behind. It's not all hope lost yet. They definitely can bounce back here. This is not the end of the world. Definitely not. They still have a Jinx. Jinx is known for, you know, having crazy combat fights. The Jax is still looking good. Maybe the Yasuo has again a win condition right now on top lane. I'm not sure about it. But the Jax still definitely a strong member, and he can still, you know, a Tibbers can be the end for the Zaphelios. One well-placed Tibbers it is. But we see top lane is now on the menu. There is a Nash call here. I think Nemesis Jane again is far too deep here. And now they're looking for a dive here. Diana ultimate is crazy, and with that, Nemesis Jane can get a bit more time of it, but that's it. Another far too aggressive and disrespectful defense here on an outer turret of all things. In the 23-minute mark, or like 22-minute mark back then. And this just will drop another team fight, and with like how the game goes, the window for us in esports, it gets slimmer and slimmer. Because they cannot just... A big issue here for this ASTRUM Esports side is that they just cannot get to better. This could be a nice kill here. It's a big shutdown. If Mary can get it, it would be insane. No, but Diana is just escaping. Anyways, Yasuo might die. Mary just cannot get the kill. Now she has reset. Maybe she can get Diet Coke too. Nope. Oh! Phelios is just too strong enough. His ultimate connects, and with that, Yoshi, she gets another one. Aye. It looked so close. If Jinx gets here the shutdown of the Diana, this could turn the game on its head for ASTRUM. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Eyesight Coke goes golden and walks away. Unscathed, unfazed. On 4-item power spike. We see the Silas still on 1, by the way. I know this is not a Flame Horizon, because a Flame Horizon is like 100 CF. But bro, it feels like 2 Flame Horizons, honestly. It is crazy how strong this Diana is in the game. On the other side, the game still looks kinda equal. We have like 2-2. You know, we have 2 items top lane, you know, 2 items mid lane. You know, Jinx also 2 items. Like, everyone is fine besides Diana. Diana is not fine here. Eyesight Coke is completely 1v9ing this game here on her own right now. But again, ASTRUM esports. It looks really rough, but they have gotten 2 dragons, so like Dragon Soul is not a concern of theirs in any time soon. They have a Jinx, for example, like, theoretically a Jinx could always bounce back. And I think last time it was already, like, really close, Ice Light Coke was like 1-2 auto attacks away from dying, So, just a bit more. And Mary might just run this game. Let's see. Bot lane turret now falls. On the other side, we see ASTRUM. They're pushing top side. Yasuo will be there to answer, but I don't think Yasuo can answer this. But on the other side, can 3 member of ASTRUM defend against this onslaught of MIAU? No, I don't think so. Now we see the top dive here coming in fruition. It doesn't look good, but oh, nice knock up here, and the Yasuo is just outplaying it. First kill is secured. Doesn't really look like because we can get a second one, but she might as well just get away with it. And on the other side of the map, we see a deep ingoing here. If Mary could get a reset, it might be still playable, but it just doesn't look possible, honestly. Tibbers is now dead. Rocket also, like, it is actually kind of close here. I said Coke, again, using a lot of HP, but she still can get golden too, It is so rough. Now the teleport is coming in. Yasuo's coming too. We have still like 10 more seconds on Jane. First inhibitor falls. They could definitely look for more. They are so strong here. Going in, flashed out though. This could be the reset, but no way. MIAU, they're letting no doubt here that they are the better team today. They are winning and they're securing their place in the upper bracket qualifier. There only a miracle can save Jane and Mary here. And for a moment, it looked like there might be a miracle possible, but the damage is just too less. The gold lead too big, and with that, GGVP MIAU secures their place in the group stage, and ASTRUM eSport gets sent to the lower. GGVP. GGVP. Nice game. Nice performance for both teams. I hope we see damage graph again. We see, like, holy shit, Ice Light Coke here. What a game she has put up. For that said, MIAU, they are entering the 8 teams that, or like one of the 8 will be one of the 8 teams that is in the main event of the League Impact Series. For ASTRUM, they will play tomorrow. We can let me show you. We have this one. I can show you. Because there are a lot of ASTRUM eSport fans in the chat, so I can already show you who they have to face tomorrow. So ASTRUM has faced Melon Milk Lifestyle. Oof. Wait, no, that's wrong. They have to face Spirit Blossom. Spirit Blossom is another LATAM team, I think. So if I would look at, all the ASTRUM fans, they can probably, they can be hopeful of tomorrow. I think they are massive favorites against Spirit Blossom. I'm not saying Spirit Blossom is a bad team or anything. We have watched them. We have watched 2 of the series already. I'm pretty sure we watched 2, maybe even 3. No, 2. We watched 2 of the games already, and in every game they look kind of good, But I think still ASTRUM eSports is slightly favored, but I think it will be a big, big LATAM banger. Again, tomorrow I can sadly not cast it, but since tomorrow only will be 2 games, I think, there will definitely be a nice co-stream person to co-stream it. I myself have tryouts for the European female tournament circuit for the LGC, so I cannot attempt, but I wish MIAU best of luck in the upper, like, in the main event, and I wish ASTRUM eSports best of luck in the like lower bracket. Regardless of that, if you are fans of the LATAM region, I think there's a team that could use all of your support. So I will probably rate the CBLOL English if they're still live. Yes, they are. Leviathan is playing right now against Los Grandes, and they can use every inch of support, from everyone. Leviathan is in a rough position right now, but definitely a team with a lot of rookies that have potential. So, maybe watch there a bit too. If not, then it is also fine. I hope you all have a great day, And yeah, let's see us in the future again. I hope you had fun. Bye bye.